All right, it is Tuesday night in Tooneytown, and that can only mean one thing. It is time for the fastest rising pro wrestling live stream podcast on the internet today. It is time for Toonie Talk Wrestling. Folks, my name is Marvin, and I am the Movie Monster, and I am thrilled to welcome you guys back to another week where we discuss the best of the worst of pro wrestling news going on in this crazy news cycle. But I can't do it alone, obviously. I need the team here assembled with me. So let's bring them out. First off, guys, you know, the one of the producers of this show, the guy who makes everything happen behind the scenes that and gets no credit for it typically, because I personally just won't allow it. Dis.
Hi, how are you?
What's going on, buddy?
Not much. I keep forgetting that I don't have my theme song anymore. I had a joke set up for my theme song, but I don't.
Hold on.
No, it's okay. I don't want to get. There you go. It wasn't good enough to get a copyright strike.
Well, I tried to play it for just like a second.
I was gonna say, do you know why Dennis Leary is rich and everyone knows that song? And and Bill Hicks died unknown.
Why?
Because there's no cure for cancer.
Oh.
Get it?
Yeah.
He stole from him. Because he stole from him. See?
He did. All right, guys. Kev has walking pneumonia right now, so he is not going to be here. I know it's been a while since we've seen him, but I promise you guys, it's not just this show. He hasn't been on the pro show. He hasn't been on Tooneytown TV. So he is just out of commission. First it was work stuff, and now he's just violently ill. Like, he described himself to me today as Johnny Five, like in Act 3 of Short Circuit 2 after he gets beaten with crowbars. So all I just responded was battery fluid. So. And there he is, folks. Awful Wrestling is back.
Hello.
Hey.
Can you guys hear me? I did good.
Yeah, no, you do. You sound good.
Right,
turn
it's funny. Down if I'm too loud.
No,
I will. Everybody's wondering. I'll turn you down like your prom date did.
Everybody
was wondering who was the reason why we were late. And if you would have asked me at 7:59, I would have been like friggin' awful, because I'm like, where is he? And then I was like, oh wait, I never sent him the link.
This is my fault. Third week running, by the way. Chad.
You know what? Because Dis usually does like so much behind the scenes. I barely have to do anything anymore before the show. And
Dis right under the bus. How about that?
I was myself under the bus because I'm relying too much on like I always forget that's a thing I still do. So I don't
want to do everything. I don't want Marv.
I get it.
So I will do it, but it's just I like to give you a little. I don't want to take all the credit. I don't want to be the guy. I don't like that.
I understand.
Too much pressure if I have everything. So
he gets credit.
He gets some credit. Here and there. So all set up in the new studio, but I was in the new studio last week as well, so that's not really news. But what is news is that we've got all you wonderful people back here with us again for another week. This show is made for you and funded by you. We count on your generous super chats to keep the lights on around here. And as such, we stop in between stories to read what you guys have to say. We will also take a break for super chats of $50 or more. So if you send in $50 or more, we stop whatever we're doing to read your comments aloud. Otherwise, we get to them in between stories. So let's hear what our fine friends from around the world have got to say this week, gentlemen. CWJ128 for $5 says, hello, everyone. Quick question. What is the most unique match you have seen live? For me, I saw Toni Storm's final match in WWE, a three-way versus Sasha and Charlotte. I don't remember that. What's the weirdest match you've seen live, Dis? Most unique.
If we're going with that vein, where it's like you find out it's historic after the fact,
right?
I was there for that video that was floating around for a while. That was old dark tag match with Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart tagging together back in like '93. I was there for it. I didn't realize it until I saw that match. I was like, hey, wait a second. I remember that show. I remember that arena. And then I looked it up and I was there. But the way that I found out that I was there was because it was the same show. You ever seen Phantasmo, the magician wrestler whose finishing move was pulling the underwear out, the magic wedgie or whatever. He had one match he had like 3 matches in WWE, and I was there.
Is this like your backyard character? Like, I've never heard of this.
No, this is real. There was a character in WWE. They ended up getting fired because they set fire to the gorilla position, and he was fired the next day. But his finishing move was the super atomic wedgie, and he would pull people's underwear out of their pants and be like, "Ta-da!" And I swear this is all true, Marv. But
Sounds true.
Yeah, he was Spellbinder in Memphis. Yeah, he played Spellbinder. He was
okay.
guy.
So this is real. It's not you growing up in the Samoan ghetto.
No. Also, I didn't say I grew up there. I said I lived there. Also,
okay.
He was the leader of the Memphis version of the Nation of Domination. After this.
All right.
So,
Awful. What is the most unique match you've seen live?
Damn, I can't really think of one. I think the event that just sticks out for me, because it was my first WWF event, was SummerSlam 1990 at the Philadelphia Spectrum.
Okay.
So I have fond memories of that, So that's like, as far as uniqueness, like I don't have anything historical, like, oh, I saw Undertaker last, anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Awful. Are you like taking the microphone away from your mouth as you're talking and then putting it back?
God, I hope it's not
around.
I hope it's not doing that thing that this and I talked about, where I have to like turn every goddamn thing off. As far as like,
here's what it sounds like. It
sounds like you're pacing away from the microphone while you're talking and then coming back.
Terrible.
It's like Jim Carrey when he would do like he would sing like a lounge singer and he would go, oh, oh. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Filtering. That's terrible. How about now?
All right. It's really quiet. That's really quiet. Yeah. But the I guess so. Like unique matches. I don't know. You guys know I tend to not go to live shows because I hate people. But I have been to a few live shows. I think one of the coolest, most unique moments ever was I was there for the night that Matt Hardy did his first run-in during the work shoot with Edge.
Oh yeah. You were there for that?
Yeah, I was there for like the first time it happened. And I remember we were sitting there and I turned to my friend, I'm like, hey, could you imagine if like Matt Hardy like jumped Edge backstage right now? Because like Edge and Lita walking backstage and it happened. And then I was like, could you imagine if I won $1 million? But I was also there for one night, the week after Shawn Michaels turned on Hogan. I was at that Raw, and Shawn comes out for his explanation promo, and as he's about to speak, the bagpipes hit.
Yeah.
And Piper came out, and I lost my mind because I was in the presence of greatness.
I mean, if we're just talking about big stuff, I saw Hogan's last title win. I was at the first Hell in a Cell, stuff like that. But that doesn't seem unique. That just seems like.
Well, and the most unique match I ever saw live was, if it counts, it was like a backyard match. It was just a weird like concept. It was called TLC 3.
Okay.
And it was tables, tacks, and torches, light tubes, light bulbs, and ladders, and chairs, chains, and canes.
Okay.
It was nonsense. It was like bum fights, basically. Like that's how I like. The thing I like about death matches is I like bum fights.
Oh, there was an indie show I went to that had an Alaskan death match where they set up folding chairs on the outside of the ring, but they were set up like people were going to sit in them. And if you got thrown out of the ring, you just fell all over folding chairs that were set up and packed in, so they didn't move. It was the most painful thing I could imagine. It was like, imagine falling on like 5 different folding chairs on your back. It's nuts.
Ryan Davis like, can you buy Awful a decent mixer from all the super chats? He's not getting that. Buy some shirts, that'll buy him one.
Yeah,
I love my Toonie Town Wrestling shirt.
Me too. Oh wait,
you don't have
But
Rousing endorsement.
I asked for specialty stuff and I have to wait for it. So yeah, that's on me.
Blazing Bolts for $5 says, I agree 100% with Joey Numbers that Jey Uso is the mascot of the WWE. Dude should just come out dressed as Chuck E. Cheese at this point. Yeah, oh my gosh, I totally agree with that. What an excellent call by Joe Numbers. I love that. Yes, he is the mascot of the WWE. Just like Orange Cassidy is the mascot of AEW. It's basically the same thing. Only, Jey Uso is over.
Awful. Do you want to tell him awful or should I tell him?
What's that?
You did it again, Marv. You were Mr. Robot Man during that entire.
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
Is it okay now?
It's okay now. Yeah. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it happens. I said that's a perfect apropos description. It's basically the way Orange Cassidy is the mascot of AEW. But Jey Uso's over.
Jey Uso's over. I was going to say, yeah, he's way more over than Orange Cassidy is.
Regina Sharp for $10 says, if your lawyer is sleeping better, give him a nudge. Everybody look alive because here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
Globe gold, globe gold, globe gold, globe gold.
I'm assuming that was some kind of rap music, but I'm not down. I'm not down with the rap music. So do you want to do it, Awful?
That's all I know about it. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
Here come the judge. Here come the judge.
Yeah. You want to put some salt on that, Marv?
Marv's just like, hey, Awful, come rap for me.
Yeah. I can't put some salt on it without some omeprazole.
Marv raps like parsley taste.
Hey. I'm gonna rap in an old school way.
I'm just saying that I liked I liked Hamilton better when it was called 1776 and they actually sang. BT23 for $10 says, with lawsuit versus AEW Mox and the WB split, TK's got a lot of begging to do, especially to his father for money. Wonder, especially with the split, will it be enough to stay under WB or something else for AEW? Well, at the end of the day, if WB shutters its cable networks, that's that. It's not a matter of money. It's a matter of like they're either not going to pay. It could be a matter of money if they're not going to pay him as much. But I mean, if they're just ditching all of their original programming, which I think is something that might happen on TBS and TNT, like I could see those becoming just like it's just Big Bang Theory reruns and Impractical Joker reruns.
No, not Impractical Joker anymore. But yeah,
why not?
They all got canceled. All of them.
Did they?
Well, two of them did. Yeah.
Who?
Murr and
remember Murr?
Murr. I mean,
what did Murr get canceled for? I knew Joe Gatto got canceled.
Yeah, the Joe one kind of got canceled and then uncanceled. But then when Murr got canceled, then Joe was really canceled after that.
Wait, what did Murr get canceled for?
What everyone gets canceled for when they're from Jersey and they just get famous out of nowhere and they start texting people randomly and they don't see the other people and they end up being 17 years old or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't hear about this. So
yeah.
They arrest Daniel Garcia?
Yeah, pretty much. Daniel Garcia is now just Daniel Garcia.
When did that happen?
Like a couple months ago. So instead of calling Daniel Garcia Murr, we're now have to say Daniel Garcia when we mean Murr now.
So wait, is Impractical Jokers canceled?
I haven't seen it in about 2 months. So I'm guessing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Blazing Bolts for $2.
We got to interrupt.
Why? We do.
Got to interrupt. Yeah.
Regina Sharp for $50 says, I have never heard a more painfully white reading of that in my life. Here is 50 to pay for some rhythm. You know what? That 50 is going to get us some sick beats coming right now for you.
We got one!
I tried to put some wrestling into that video because I was like, I wanted some like big title victory, like celebration in there. None of them worked.
Right.
Like I tried. I had tried Daniel Bryan.
Also,
I tried Shawn Michaels. I tried everything.
You hate wrestling.
I don't hate wrestling. I don't hate wrestling. I hate the internet wrestling community.
Okay, there you go.
It's like Clerks, where it's like, man, this job would be so great if it weren't for all the fucking customers.
I told them the truth, Marv. They all know you're an industry plant now. We all knew it the whole time.
Yep.
Well, Awful was sent by the Illuminati.
That's right. I'm the only real one here. That's it.
His full name is Awful Wrestlingberg.
Yeah, there you go. We can't open these floodgates. We don't want to start this circus. There's some tense times out there. We don't want to.
Oh, can I tell a joke that I told in the group chat that he didn't?
Sure, if it passes the smell test, go ahead.
They were talking about, like, someone in one of our group chats was talking about like how they have friends that they find out are anti-Semitic, and I was like, oh well, Awful is, but that's only because of something a record producer did to him.
Oh no, I get that. What's his name? What's his name? Hesh? Did he live in New Jersey on a horse farm?
They thought I was being serious.
Christopher Moltisanti is standing up for him. He just wants what he's owed.
I'm gonna watch out for my jokes tonight. I don't want to get a visit by the IDF or the Mossad.
He thought I was being serious, and I was like, "No, Awful isn't Eazy-E. Come on!" And I go, "But he might be Tupac. We really don't have any proof that he is."
Jeez, you guys trying to do to me? I'm about to get droned out here.
You're about the right age for Tupac. You have to admit that, and we don't know where Tupac is.
We know where he is. His name is Awful Wrestling.
Parts on.
I could see him dancing.
Thank you, Regina. Blazing Bolts for $2 says, "Can you do a spinneroonie, Marv?" No, but I used to be able to do the worm when I was like 18.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, everybody tried that. I can only do it backwards, though.
I can skank.
Could you do it when you were 19?
Wait, did you say you could skank? What does that mean?
You know, like Sami Zayn dance. Like, you know.
Sami Zayn dances?
It's how you dance to ska music. You skank. That's what you do.
Oh,
that's what.
jeez.
It's
like when ska people try to mosh.
Yeah. It's moshing, but you don't hit each other.
Right. It's puss moshing. Right.
It's what band kids do in middle school. That's,
you know how this knows all this. All these wacky ass dances originated in the Midwest.
They did. We get bored out here. It's either you start
this all
skanking
started
or you
in cornfields.
You start skanking. I knew a lot of girls in New Jersey who did that.
Yeah, really true.
They mostly hung out at malls skanking.
If you're a growing boy in the Midwest, you either start skanking or put a swastika on you somewhere. It's one of the two.
Okay, can we not say that word on YouTube?
Oh, we can't say that? I'm sorry.
I would avoid anything to do with that specific social movement. Just in general.
I'm not saying it's good. I was a
no.
skanker.
It doesn't matter if you're saying it's good or not.
I chose skanking, okay?
Okay, all right. You skank to your heart's content. Just don't do it while wearing one of those.
That word will now be replaced with swashbuckle.
Yes.
I didn't realize
swashbuckle to your heart's content, Dis. Yeah. But Andre Adams for 1999, my favorite year, the last year things made sense. AEW proves that Idiocracy is a documentary instead of a comedy. Exhibit A, Ricochet, who roto-rooted his own bunghole online, is calling a cameraman who filed a lawsuit because of unwarranted physicality a puss. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Captain Fingerbang himself.
Can that be admitted as evidence, by the way? I've seen that thrown
Exhibit
banted
A.
about. Okay. Okay.
Exhibit asshole.
That's going on.
Exhibit B. Regina Sharp for 5 says, if Zaz and the Corpo leadership were aware of the pending split when they made the deal with AEW, then Toonie might actually have a case to sue them. There's no way to prove that. This all happened mostly because the CNN especially just became an albatross after the election. And it's all happened pretty rapidly in the last 6 months, where Warner Brothers has just spiraled. And NBC did this first. So NBC was kind of the pilot program there, and Warner Brothers kind of hung back and watched to make sure it could work. So, we'll see. This also might be the reason why AEW stuff, like the pay-per-views, have not been put on Max, because they're just like, well, why bother? So who knows?
Yeah, and AEW had to have known there was some kind of threat going into it, considering that everyone was already talking. Like, from the second that they merged with Discovery, there's been talk of them separating and breaking off television from that. That's been something that's been talked about this whole time. Right. So for AEW to have a case against them when everyone was saying they're probably going to split up at some point, then I don't think it's possible.
Right. Regina Sharp says, if Zan, we just read that one. BT23 for $10 is also crazy that both WCW and AEW, to me, are in a lot of ways having some of the same problems. Well, yeah, that's been a whole thing. Tony Khan hates Eric Bischoff, but he makes all of the same mistakes that he made. And Eric Bischoff, that's why Eric Bischoff calls it out. Like the way before WCW went under. Example, it's not like Turner was broke. They just didn't want to focus on WCW. Yeah, exactly. It's not a matter of not having the money. It's a matter of putting the money where it can grow. Chef Eddie for $5 says, Marv, you need a clip of Pedro dancing to Jericho singing. I mean, like this.
Embraced by the darkness, I'm losing the light. Encircled by demons I fight. What have I become now that I've betrayed?
It's not Jericho singing, but it's his song. I refuse to subject people to Jericho singing.
Now we know why Marv went robot for a few minutes there. A little while ago, his computer was taken.
No, that's like when you hear actual covers done of Judas, the song is a banger.
Yeah,
like you're just like, wow, this is a really good song. It's just that an idiot sings it, a talentless idiot sings it. I would never. Go ahead, Awful.
No, I was just asking you guys, have you seen Jericho lately?
I look and see it's not just me.
Other than that,
Zimpico, you mean? Is it Jericho Zimpic?
Bro.
There you go, Jericho Zimpic. That's what you call it.
Yeah.
What? Jericho Zimpic? Is that a thing, or did you just make that up?
No,
I just made the term
There's
up.
A picture. Yeah, he made the term up.
I made the term
picture of Chris Jericho. He sent out a recent picture. I think it's on Instagram, or Twitter, either one.
I can pull it up.
And he is rail thin. It looks like he might have done like, some heavy duty drugs.
Well, hopefully he's not sick.
No, not like that. No. He did it. He did it in celebration. I can't remember why, but there was he came up in the news and he decided he was gonna. Oh no, it was the day of the lawsuit when everyone was talking about the lawsuit. All of a sudden, he just tweets out, or
he's like, "Look at me!"
Yeah,
exactly.
He's barely tweeted since the Kylie Ray situation.
Yes, here we go.
Like, remember, he used to be a nightmare on Twitter. Now he doesn't say anything.
Yeah. He used to be on TV, too. He hasn't been on there for a minute.
That's true. Well, that's because he doesn't want to be. Otherwise, he'd be on. John Williams for 499 says, Your Honor, it was self-defense. He looked like an accountant. I was worried he might kick my ass. That's a good one, actually. He was a soccer dad, and I was afraid for my life. Zach K for 999 says, Sup, Tuning Town Wrestling community. Hope Liv Morgan heals and comes back soon. When she got hurt, I heard Jericho singing in my head. Okay, it didn't hurt that bad. Judgment Day segments have been my favorite since Mania. Yeah, so Liv Morgan, we can cover that first. So Liv Morgan is injured. Her shoulder dislocation injury is 100% legitimate. According to PW Insider, if it is a severe dislocation, it could be upwards of 16 weeks. That's 4 months before someone is cleared for athletic activity. But again, it depends on the severity. It was seen as a freak occurrence, and there is no heat on anyone.
What happened?
So,
do you know?
Oh. I mean, it
shoulder.
was like right in the beginning of the match. She just fell. It looked like she took a fall wrong and messed up her shoulder. I mean, Sami Zayn dislocated his shoulder from pumping his hand in the air.
I remember that
night. Yeah, it's a dislocated shoulder. Kairi Sane, man, she was a sport about it. Like, she had to do something because the cameras were on her. It was a commercial break. They were checking on Liv. So she just starts running the ropes and like making faces at the crowd. And the people in the IWC were like, I can't believe she would do this while Liv is injured. It's like, come on.
What is she supposed to do? She's trying to take attention away from it.
Right. So to pretend they're acting like that's all a big deal. And it's like, come on. She did the better thing than 90% of the roster would. 90% of the roster would sit there and just stare. You know,
wait, did you upload this picture? Is this a Jericho picture that I'm seeing in the back here?
Yes,
okay, hold on. Let's pull that up.
I'll bring it up.
Go ahead.
Oh, you have to remove that. I can't.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Oh, bye, Liv. All right, go ahead.
And Chris Jericho.
That looks like late 90s Chris Jericho with how skinny he is before he went to WWE and got on the roids.
Yep. Chris Jericho Ozempic. That's what that is. That you can tell too. He's got the. I mean,
Chris
I don't know.
Jericho Ozempic.
It's either Ozempic or he went on like the cabbage soup diet or something because he's got a lot of hanging skin there.
I would assume so. Look at this Culture Casino right here. Another wrestling show about men hugging and getting hurt. Pansies. Oh, Culture Casino. I love you, buddy. I don't know why he shows up every week, but he does, and I love him for it. All right. So, yeah, Liv Morgan out for a while. That really stinks. But you know what else kind of stinks? What's probably going to stink is this American Gladiators show hosted by The Miz, which is also going to have Rick Boogs, Wardlow, and Camille as gladiators. So Miz is hosting, and a bunch of AEW guys are the gladiators.
Pretty cool.
Well, I mean, I guess you can call them AEW guys. They haven't been on AEW in months, but sure.
Well, I mean, Wardlow is at least still signed. I don't know about the other two.
They're signed. Well, Boogs was never an AEW person. That's the guitarist for Shinsuke Nakamura. Remember? He was
right.
Yeah, and he did the beer commercial.
Oh, yeah, I like that guy.
Mm-hmm,
yeah. Yeah. So he's not an AEW guy, and he's in there. I love the American Gladiators. I will be more than happy to give this a shot. And I like if they're picking AEW people, Wardlow and Camille, right on. Those are the people to pick.
Did they say when it starts?
Like next month, I think.
Oh man. Okay, so we gotta talk about like maybe we open up the show every week during the season by just talking about what happened on American Gladiators.
Yeah. I'm down. Awful. Are you gonna watch American Gladiators?
Yeah, it's a great show. I mean, okay. I was watching the old version not too long ago. These
with
guys
Mike Adamle.
Yeah. These guys were tearing each other up. Like, I wonder if they're going to be, treat the contestants with kid gloves this time around.
Did you watch the documentary?
Apparently, Robbie E from TNA, aka Rob Echoes, is going to be one of the gladiators as well.
Nice. I recommend the documentary. I mean, it's basically just they did a lot of steroids and beat a lot of people up and used drugs. I spoiled the whole thing for you, but it's a good documentary.
I'm sure.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah. Did you how about the last revival hosted by Hulk Hogan where they had they gave him all
I loved that one. That guy Wolf, I was convinced he was actually the missing link. Like oh man.
I had a crush on Helga. Remember her?
Yes, I do. From American Gladiators, right? Not from Hey Arnold, because that would have been weird.
Both, actually.
So we were watching Hey Arnold the other day, my wife and I, by the way, because we were on a 90s Nickelodeon kick. And we're like, man, this show is creepy. Like, Helga is creepy.
A lot of Nicktoons is creepy.
Yeah.
A lot of it is. It's weird, and it's weird because a lot of it's just weird animation stuff. There's nothing inherently creepy about it. It's just the way it's animated. Always
Thank you,
Aptly Kuko or whatever their names are.
But like with Helga, where she's cutting off pieces of Arnold's hair when he's not looking, and stealing his used chewing gum.
Yeah.
She at one point she steals one of his socks. It's I was like, wow, if Helga was a boy, this would be a really creepy show. Yeah, so I'm excited for American Gladiators. I'm excited to see Miz interacting with a bunch of AEW guys and Rob Echoes. Rob Echoes, who on the Indies apparently I've heard used to have a rule that he would only bump 3 times, so use them well.
That was him
in a match. Yeah,
I didn't know that was. I heard the story.
It was 2. It was 2 or 3. It was 2 or 3. I don't remember which one, but it was like, hey man, I'm only bumping twice. So and this was way before he was actually in TNA. Like he wasn't Robbie E yet.
Oh, okay. Wait, how? Wait a second.
Because he was big on the Indies at that point. Like not big, but like big enough.
Is anybody big enough on the Indies to make that kind of demand, though? I mean, without being in one of the big companies first.
Joseph J. Alexander says Echoes is still under WWE contract. Still, as in he was ever?
Oh yeah, he was. Is he a might be a trainer somewhere. I know. No, he's in Evolve, isn't he? I think he's in Evolve. Actually.
Wow.
I think
isn't he? He's got to be in his 40s.
Yeah, I would think.
How is he in Evolve if he's in his 40s?
Because not everyone in Evolve is like it. Evolve is he's like he's the older guy that's supposed to be working with the young guys. I think I might not be right, but yeah.
I think he goes up to these young kids. He's like, "Listen, I'm only bumping twice."
Yeah.
So
Robert Stone,
choose your spots well. All right. So, well, speaking of big, strong dudes, we have got it confirmed by Wrestling Observer. So it's not really confirmed. It was confirmed that the reason Jey Uso dropped the World Heavyweight Championship to Gunther was because Paul Levesque made the call to make Gunther versus Goldberg on July 12th, Saturday night's main event, a title match. But yeah. Not for nothing. That's a big match. That's a big match. So, of course, Meltzer is clearly like saying this in anger because they're counter programming All In.
Yes,
but that's a big match. I'm sorry, that's a big match, and Goldberg will win the title that night.
Absolutely, yes. And this is not his last match.
No, Goldberg will win the title that night, and it will be the only thing people are talking about.
Yeah, I said that last week, and you acted like I was an insane person. But
you said Goldberg would win the title. I don't remember saying you were insane for that.
Yeah, I was wrong about where because I thought it'd be Saudi, but I'm right about him.
In these days and times, I don't think so.
I don't know, dude. He's got.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that because Triple H has never had anything but contempt for Goldberg, and it's not like it's not concealed, very well concealed contempt. So I'm surprised that he'd be willing to go that route, but if he is, then cool.
Did you see him walk out last night?
Who?
Goldberg?
No, I did not.
He's missed a lot of leg days. That man.
Oh no. Is he Larry the Lobster from SpongeBob?
He's got like he's bow-legged. He's got they go out. It's like he can barely walk on. It's scary. I cannot imagine a person running on those legs. But
if I could be Kev for a moment, I would just like to point out that I see a lot of people boo-hooing this Goldberg return and him possibly winning the title. But what better way to bring in more viewers and the lapsed viewers to watch your show than to bring in an old star on Saturday night's main event on NBC?
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, that's a total move on WWE's part.
I've never been a Goldberg fan. I didn't like him back in the day. I don't like him now. I didn't like him when he came back. But I always got it. You get it. You get why. I mean, I may not get why people like Goldberg, but I get that people do like Goldberg, and I understand why you would bring him in. Especially now. Go ahead.
I was going to say I was a new wrestling fan during the rise of Goldberg. So I thought Goldberg was the greatest thing I'd ever seen in my life. I thought he was a superhero, like legitimately. When J.J. Dillon came out and made that match between Hogan and Goldberg, I practically fell on my knees, in thanks to the Lord. I was so excited. And the fact that it was on Nitro, my brother and I camped out in the living room to stay up late and watch it. It was a whole thing.
Yeah. So I get it, and I get it especially now because whereas before when they brought back Goldberg, it was to a product that I didn't think people would be attracted to. But now you get a fan who saw Goldberg back in the day. They realize it's probably his last run. They haven't watched in years. They tune in, and maybe they have a kid now or something like that. And they might actually enjoy the product that's put before them instead of just focusing on the Goldberg match, you know? So I get it now. I really am looking forward to his match versus Braun Breaker, which I'm assuming is what this is leading to.
But can I just say that, like, Goldberg, the biggest missed opportunity, Goldberg showed up like literally a day too late, and we were not able to get Goldberg versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
That would have been the biggest match of all time.
Well, if you remember, that WWE at that point was very, they loved doing that because they did that with Ric Flair too. They brought him in a day after the invasion ended, you know, and they brought Goldberg in a day after Austin goes. They always did that back then. And it drove me insane.
I mean, we got to see Austin give him the stunner at WrestleMania 20, and that was enough for me. But like, still, even as a kid, I even had like the finish of that match planned out. Like, I was like, Goldberg hits the spear, he goes up for the jackhammer, Austin slides back, lands on his feet, spins him around, kick, wham, stunner, and we're done.
How about you, Awful?
So he no sells the.
Well, he'd sell he'd sell the ribs while he was doing it. But
okay.
Goldberg would take some time before he go for the jackhammer to give Austin time to recover because he's selling also.
Hot dog to the crowd. I get it. But yeah, I disagree with both of you guys. I don't think Goldberg's winning. I see no upside in that happening.
He's winning.
I mean, okay, hey, that's all I got.
I don't want him to win, but
right.
The story of him winning and then having a little run-in with Braun Breaker and the title ended up on Seth all makes total sense right now. Like that.
How does the title end up on Seth then and not Braun Breaker?
Because Seth has Money in the Bank. Braun Breaker is in Seth's group. Braun Breaker is just going to warm Goldberg up, and then Seth cashes in and wins the title.
Sure, I forgot about the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It all flows together and makes perfect sense.
Goldberg had a perfect presentation in WCW, from the music to the entrance to the formula. I love Eric Bischoff talked about the formula in the Monday Night Wars documentary. He was literally like, he walks out, he breathes fire, he gets in the ring, he hits you again, he spears you, he jackhammers you, and he's back in the locker room 5 minutes later.
Those were happy incidents that worked to Goldberg's advantage. I mean, hell, I remember Goldberg segments. If you're old enough to remember, like Goldberg segments were almost like leaps and bounds differently than everything else on the show. He was such an outrageous character. He kind of reminded me of the Ultimate Warrior, but just a better, just more intense character. And his winning streak was great, but I never really got into him because I felt like he was going to be a flash in the pan. He wasn't. I was wrong, but yeah, I mean, Goldberg winning the championship this time around. I like your idea, Dis. God, I hate the execution of it.
He's the one legend that every time he comes back, he wins the world title.
I know,
weird.
every time.
Me a break. Give it to Bret Hart.
And the fact that he did not say anything about retirement or last match or anything like that tells me that this is not a one-time deal. He's going to be around. There's going to be a couple matches here. And I just want to warn everybody, the more you tell me I'm wrong, and the more you tell me my idea is stupid, when it comes true, I'm going to be that much more insufferable. I'm just letting you know that right now.
now here's the thing: Goldberg versus Gunther. Do you think it's going to be like the typical Goldberg 2-minute match, or do you think Gunther's going to make him work?
I think because with Gunther, you don't have to work. You know what I mean?
But we saw what happened when the Undertaker tried to make him work. He nearly killed him.
Right, but I'm saying with Gunther's style actually like complements Goldberg because Goldberg can go strong. Gunther can catch him in a hold and hold him there for 5 minutes, you know, and then Goldberg comes out the other side looking like the strongest man on earth because he got out of the hold, and then he just has to do his spots and he get a nice little 7 to 10 minute match out of it. He doesn't have to do much.
Where I disagree with you, because Brock Lesnar sold for Goldberg in like 90 seconds, didn't he? What's stopping Gunther from doing
He
the
might.
same thing?
No,
And
I'm not
this is
saying
Saturday night's main event again. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Have him squash
I
Gunther.
I love that
Have
this-
the title change.
I love this is going up against the Soy Boy Cowboy versus
Isn't that
versus
something?
Moxley.
Yeah, like, and it's just.
I mean, not directly against it because that show is going to be 8 hours long, but
Yeah, but it starts at 3, so it might be directly against it.
Didn't he
That's
intimate
true.
that it was going to be long anyway?
Mole said it was going to be long.
Mole said long. He said not AEW long, like long.
Jesus, parade of wrestling long.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So,
Oh, we actually have a picture of Goldberg from his appearance.
Looks about right. Yeah.
Yeah. Just the ultimate skips leg day character is Larry the Lobster. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's get to some more super chats, guys, because our people here are let's see. I'm trying to see where we left off. Jericho. Okay. Redosaurus for $5 says, with it being apparent that nobody was willing to go all out with heel Cena, is it time to say that The Rock was right about Cody going heel all along? No.
no. What do they mean
No,
go
Rock
all
was-
out? What do they mean?
I mean,
He just
everybody.
turned
This is like Meltzer said that the Cena heel turn is falling flat, so now everyone is saying Cena heel turn is falling flat.
Gotcha.
I personally don't see it. Why people are saying it's flat? I think it's fine.
Yeah,
see nothing
I think
wrong with
people were expecting this to be on the level of Hogan going heel in '96, and it's not. It's different. It's very different heel turn.
And
Right.
by the way, if Cena had gone heel like Hogan in '96, he'd be getting 3 times the amount of cheers he is right now.
Yeah.
This is the only way that you can negate some of the cheers he's going to get if you're going to turn him heel. Because if you any other way, he would get 100% support from the crowd.
Right. And you also have to put him against powerhouse baby faces.
Right. Right. Liquid Fox for $5 Canadian says, if Goldberg beats Gunther at Saturday night's main event, I may have to take a long break from wrestling. I'll still support your streams, but my outrage will be absolute. Oh, buddy. I'm sorry to tell you, it's going to happen.
Hold out hope, Liquid.
Forever Runner for $4.99 says, Sean, I brought Goldberg back and he got swollen, grew 4 feet. You got to see him up close. It's surreal. Oh, no. He knows exactly who Goldberg is, folks. Because he had to work with him for months and months and months.
And for the record, I hope I'm wrong. I do not want to see Goldberg win the title.
Oh, I do. I do. I do in like a some men just want to watch the world burn kind of way.
Oh God.
Because like I'm gonna watch the IWC light itself on fire, and I'm gonna pull out the marshmallows and just sit there and just be like, victory.
The people that are really complaining about Goldberg, they had no problem with Sting a couple years ago.
Of course, and if Sting had won,
55.
if Sting had won the title, if Sting had won the title, they would have loved it.
They won the tag team titles, didn't they?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, still. There it does. In AEW, they say it's just as big as the world title.
Oh gosh, yeah, Bill, because the Young Bucks say it.
Right, exactly. They're going to start PWG again. Do you hear that?
No.
Apparently, yeah, that's the rumor that they want to start PWG again. They're going to have Tony pay out their contracts and take that money and go start PWG.
They're not going anywhere. They're not leaving AEW. They've got a very cushy deal.
Could you imagine?
Yeah,
Could
no.
you imagine them trying to start PWG as something real, you know?
Oh my gosh. Well, we did it with AEW. We could do it again. No, you can't. Juan Alacan
Yes, they
said
can.
for 20.
Yes, they can. Because they didn't do anything with
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Juan Alacan for $20 says, most unique match I saw was a PCW, Pacific Coast Wrestling event with Penta versus Jacob Fatu. Had a match and they went into the crowd and started throwing chairs at each other. Oh, that sounds like a recipe for being sued, like AEW. Liquid Fox for $2 Canadian says, the tongue-wearing fatty was crying about Jay again. Who's the tongue-wearing fatty?
Is that me? Oh, thong wearing fatty. Rikishi.
Thong-wearing fatty.
Rikishi.
Oh, Rikishi was crying about it?
Yeah. I stopped pulling the clips because he does it literally like 9 times a week now. So I can't. The whole
Yeah,
show would
she-
be listening to Rikishi complain about
Yeah.
Jey Uso.
Yeah,
The most
he was
incendiary ones, maybe. What did he
was
say?
talking about firing the writers for not having anything creative for Jey Uso to do in his 51-day reign.
For the love of hell.
Yeah. Listen, I knew he was. I think he's working. I mean, that's like,
I do
think
too.
He's just
Yeah.
working the market.
I do too.
But
That's the
No,
other
Jey
reason I don't
Jey Uso's title reign was booked perfectly. It was exactly what it needed to be.
Right.
He got the WrestleMania moment. He got a couple months of the entrance. He sold a whole bunch of merchandise, and then it was time to put it back on a wrestler.
Yeah. His face is on a trailer now. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
and
that's a high
anytime,
honor right there.
and anytime they need fan support, they can pop him back on it for a few months. Like that, that's
Yeah.
you have him in that position.
Let's not go crazy.
No, I'm just
You
saying.
could put him in a title match, but he's not going to win it.
I'm saying he's at the point now where if he won the title again, it wouldn't be shocking and change the industry type thing like it was when he won the Royal Rumble last time.
It definitely wasn't a change the industry moment, but
You for the worse. A lot of people were claiming that it was going to be terrible now and that everything was going.
I mean, it
wrong.
was terrible, but it was just it worked out. They booked it the best way they could have booked it.
Anytime I say anything about Jey Uso, you're going to disagree with it. I could say
Because you're wrong about Jey Uso.
I could say Jey Uso is a wrestler in WWE. Be like, I don't know. If he's a wrestler.
No,
I don't
Jey
know if
Uso.
I'd call him
Jey Uso was a mascot in WWE. Liquid. Hold on. Did I read that last one? Yes. You and Kimmy for $4.99 says, "Here comes the judge is from the '70s. It was either SNL or Laugh-In."
The court's in session. The court's in session now. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
What just happened?
I just
I heard it.
did the.
He did it.
Yeah, I did the whole thing.
All right. Is that what that was?
Was it Saturday Night Live? I didn't
I
think it was
can't
Saturday Night
remember.
Live.
I can't remember.
I'm trying to pick. It would have been Garrett Morris, so I'm trying to picture him doing it. I can't picture him doing it. So
I actually watched an SNL clip the other day that actually made me laugh.
wow,
It was like I was shocked.
a new one. You mean a new one, a current one?
Yeah, like a new one
okay,
from within the last year. It was Nate Bargatze was playing an EMT, and this guy, this old guy, died at the top of the water slide, and the EMTs are trying to maneuver it so that they could throw the body down the water slide.
Okay.
So they don't. It's really fun. I can't do it justice. I think Nate Bargatze is hysterical. He's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah,
he's hosting the Emmys this year. All of his stuff that I saw from SNL when he hosted was really, really good.
What's his name again?
Nate Bargatze.
Okay.
He's big into the self-deprecating humor, and he's hosting the Emmys this year, but he's big into the self-deprecating humor, and I really like that. He does a thing where he's a golfer, and literally every time he hits the ball, he kills an animal with it.
Guess we had to be there.
I thought it was really funny. Regina Sharp says, swashbuckles, copyright hits, Samoan ghettos, heel disses on a roll tonight. All the hits are coming. Mm-hmm. Zach K for $4.99 says, Mercedes, I be skanking for the best Beast Mortos and all the non-WWE titles. Cody Duffy for $1.99 says, others will be on, including my guy, Pectacular.
Oh, is he? Jesse Goddard's is on there? That's awesome. I like
on
it.
On American Gladiators. Okay.
Yeah.
And Regina Sharp at 10 says Boogs, Wardlow, and Camille finally getting more camera time on another gosh darn show. Tony got skills. Never have so many careers been ruined by one man. Yeah, it is fascinating. It is fascinating. But speaking of careers that were ruined by Tony Khan, AEW contracts of former World Tag Team Champions Private Party are reportedly up very soon. Now, what do you guys think? Do you think they're going to re-sign, or do you think Tripp might scoop them up?
He should. He should.
Why should he diss?
Because they're trying to reestablish their tag division, and they are trained performers who are pretty good and also the Hardys have spoken very much about how they would come to them for advice constantly, and that they always were trying to learn, and they wanted to learn more about their craft. And
the Hardys would go to Private Party for advice.
No, Private Party would go to the Hardys for advice. So that means
that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, but that means that even if they may have not gone to the right people, that does show that they are willing to learn.
You gotta admit though, it does sound like something Matt Hardy would do.
Go to Private Party for advice. Yes, that does sound like something they would do.
The Hardys are weird enough where they would do that.
Yeah.
Right. Now,
yeah,
correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't there like I don't know, 3 other goddamn teams that are just like these guys right now?
Like who?
No.
Like what teams?
I mean, in NXT, well, we got the Street Profits.
Okay. What about the Street Profits is like them?
Okay, to be fair,
They're black.
Street Profits.
Is that what you want me to say there, Marv?
Yep.
They're black.
I was fishing for it, buddy.
They're Negroes.
Street Profits are directly comparable to them, though. They basically have the exact same gimmick, which is why they would have to be repackaged. But who else? I don't know in NXT what you're talking about, Awful, unless you're going to get real racist here.
No, listen, bottom line is they need to switch up, okay? Switch up the act. If you're going to throw them on NXT, here we go again. More guys that look, more black guys that look alike. Okay, I did say it. And you know what? A lot of black people that are listening to the show right now will agree with me. Like, you got to we're more than a monolith, my friend. We can do a lot of other things than just be some street urchins out there hip hopping. And I'm joking. I'm half joking. But come on now. I'm trying to be funny. But the bottom line is like we can do so much more as a people, as a society, than just holding red cups and rolling up blunts and being happy to be here. Okay.
Awful, change your name to I Am Black, please. While we're doing
did I miss something while I was away and not paying attention to what was happening on the screen? Sorry, guys. There was an incident outside. There was a young African American child in the street, and I had to save them from a car that was barreling toward them at 50 miles an hour. But don't worry, they're all right and back with their parents.
See, Andre Adams knows exactly what I'm talking about. The brothers know. What's that move that they're doing on the screen right now, Andre? Like, that dance is from like 2005. That's what I'm saying. Like, get out of this realm of like party hip hoppers, please. So much more to us.
No, I totally agree that they need to repackage. They can't come in as Private Party. They have to do something with them. But you have 2 talented performers who are both willing to learn and have TV experience. I think they're it's a winning signing for WWE.
Right.
Yep. Hold on, guys. We got to take a quick breather because Double A coming in for $50.
Hey.
Is it just me? Or is it a strange coincidence that Mercedes announced she's dating the lawyer Mordos right after somebody sued AEW? Can't wait for you to read all about it whenever the new Mone mag comes out. I hope it's in the Mone mag. I haven't looked at the Mone mag. I go into the Mone mag blind. But yeah, I mean, we can, Awful, are you done with your race? By the way, for everyone calling this racist in the chat, Awful's black. So, this is, it's not me just saying it.
Nope.
Oh God!
But
Awful actually goes into the Mercedes mag deaf. I don't know if you.
Well, so we can talk a bit about. We can bring this up. Double A. I'm just gonna pull your chat down for a second. So the Beast Mortos with Mercedes Moné on Instagram, with this caption that says, "In your arms, I find peace and a whole lot of money."
Mm-hmm.
So. The Abogados Mortos.
I got in trouble for should I bring up my tweet that I made earlier?
Yes, I remember your tweet. You can go ahead and say it, but it's all on you. Hold on.
I was just gonna bring it up if you want.
Here's the stage.
Yeah.
No, I just said you ever see. It was a Norm Macdonald joke. Norm Macdonald, he told a joke about how he'd go to a computer repair store and all those computer guys were all weird. One time he went to a computer repair shop and the guy went up to him and goes, "Hey, you ever seen a bull fuck a horse?"
Oh my goodness. I love Norm Macdonald jokes.
I think his was pig and cow, but I made it work with it. Oh, I wish the best to the happy couple.
Yeah. All the peace to find in her arms, Beast Mortos. Maybe teach her how to wrestle while you're at it because he's actually pretty good.
He is pretty good.
Somebody said that Mordos is going to go on an undefeated streak now.
Well, yeah, now that he's got creative control backing him.
Yeah.
My goodness. But thank you, Double A. We really, really appreciate it.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind. Everybody hands go up, and they stay there, and they stay there.
Oh my goodness! All right. So, anything else we want to say about Private Party possibly going to NXT? Awful. Did you say your piece?
I think they should tour. I think you guys should, if you're listening right now, just go around the country, touring as whatever the hell you want to be.
Enough of these.
Develop yourself. What did you say?
I said enough of these fucking jokes. Let's get some serious questions.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I just saw a super chat pop up. I don't usually do this, but I have to jump in because it made me laugh. KT, the Southern Jet 22 for $2 says it's Mercedes doing her Charlotte arc.
Oh.
So just go out with a
Copying
Mexican guy that go out with a Mexican guy who is just nowhere near as high up the card as you.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. That was well done. That was a well-placed comment. All right, you ready to get into this lawsuit, gentlemen?
Yes, please.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk a little bit about.
Are we going through this point by point? Because there's a point I do want to make.
Yeah, we got to bring in. Our
Yeah, so we're going through the actual
So
article from Sports Illustrated.
Let me get Dose in here, our legal expert.
There you
go.
So let's just go to Sports Illustrated. AEW and Jon Moxley sued for negligence, civil assault, and battery by production crew member. This was an exclusive from Sports Illustrated. Christopher Dispenza is seeking compensation following an incident on AEW Dynamite in 2023. Now, production crew member who has worked with All Elite Wrestling since 2019 has filed a civil lawsuit against the company, and AEW World Champion Jon Moxley, his name is Jonathan Good. Hold on.
What?
Yeah. Hold on. Mm-hmm. His name is Johnny B. Good.
There you have it.
Yep, I guess so.
Way down in Louisiana, down in New Orleans.
It's actually Jonathan David Good, but
Johnny D. Good.
Yeah, there you go.
So Johnny D. Good, he's like the Kmart knockoff version of Johnny B. Good. He's Johnny D. Good.
JD from Cincinnati.
Yeah, they played that one in Back to the Future 4. I don't know if you saw that one, but yeah, that was the
in it, he alleges various degrees of negligence by AEW and Moxley, alongside civil assault and battery against Moxley. Now, civil assault and battery, like, is he bringing criminal charges against him? Because that could lead to jail time.
I haven't seen anything about criminal charges.
So, concerning an incident on AEW Dynamite in 2023, the lawsuit was filed against the parties on May 30th in the Wayne County Circuit Court by Christopher Dispenza, a longtime wrestling and entertainment production crew member who started doing contract work with AEW in 2019. Now, Dispenza is not a direct employee of AEW and provided services to Broadcast Service Group, which supplies crew for AEW. His legal team, Rate Law PLLC, told the Takedown on Sports Illustrated that he has not done work with AEW since December 5th of 2024 and was demoted by Broadcast Service Group to the role of carpenter without explanation. As of Monday morning, it had not yet received a response to the filing from the promotion. So Dispenza claims he suffered neck and shoulder injuries as a result of being shoved to the ground unexpectedly by Moxley during a match with Kenny Omega. Dispenza alleges in the lawsuit that the incident resulted in him requiring cervical fusion surgery, shoulder surgery, and treatment for other unspecified injuries. I'm going to say it right here, guys. If this guy had cervical fusion surgery and shoulder surgery, they're done.
Yeah. Dude, I love all these people that are like, it didn't look like he fell down. Like, dude, F off.
Do you not? Have you ever seen someone actually fall down? Like, the stupidest little thing is like a career. Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels took that backdrop on the casket and was out for 4 years because he needed spinal fusion. That didn't look like anything.
Yeah, Liv Morgan tripped in the ring and threw out her shoulder and dislocated her shoulder. It's out for 16 weeks now. Okay, it's
Sami Zayn fucked a skank and separated his shoulder.
but for real, it's like these people either never fell in their lives or they're like ultra buff, gym rats.
Right.
And something tells me that if they're in the IWC, one of those
But, like,
two options seems a lot more likely. Is all I'm saying.
No, like we can't show the clip here, obviously, because it's AEW footage, and I was warned by someone close to the situation to never show even a second of AEW footage on this show. Because apparently, Don Stevens is just waiting for us to do it.
You've seen the footage, right?
I've seen the footage. Okay. He falls directly on his shoulder, and then it looks like he hits his head into the. Yeah. It looks like he hits his head into the guardrail.
Into the guardrail. Yeah. John Moxley showing no regard, immediately turning around with the screwdriver.
He looks to me like he takes the screwdriver from the guy. The guy probably had the screwdriver in his pocket, and the spot is just Moxley is supposed to go over and take the screwdriver because blood, the Eye of the Tiger, Rocky 3, man.
But Marv, he does a curious thing. I don't know if you've seen it slowed down, but the second he grabs the screwdriver, John Moxley with his left hand looks like he's about to go in for a choke on this guy.
Yeah.
But the guy winces so much so that Moxley just has to like grab his cheek or side of his ear and then push him. But like he has the intention of touching this man unnecessarily.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not the first time.
This is a lawsuit that could have been avoided by using a toolbox. That guy was there for no other reason than to hold a screwdriver.
Well, not for nothing. How many cameramen are? I'm not really I thought he was a cameraman. I thought he was holding a big camera.
He was just a dude. They just said go to ringside and hold. Yeah, they said go to ringside and hold this screwdriver. That's all he was there for, Marv. It's like they couldn't use. Like I said, it's a lawsuit that would avoided by a toolbox. You didn't need to have a guy there for Moxley to shove, and then to not tell him that you're going to shove him and have him do it. Like it doesn't.
That's the thing. If you were not, and honestly, if they were trying to get a untrained guy to do a stunt like that, then that is a terrible idea. I mean, look, Tim White took a bump into into Hell in a Cell, and his career was over. It's
so funny because this made up the gave the impression that John Moxley was handling Kenny Omega like he was holding plutonium. Like he took very good care of Kenny Omega. But this
gingerly.
This guy, F you.
I'm actually able to beat up this guy. Yeah. Dispenza said the injuries occurred on the May 10th, 2023 edition of the AEW Dynamite in Detroit. There, Moxley faced Omega in a cage match, which ended up spilling to the outside. Moxley went to grab a screwdriver to use on Omega, and in doing so, shoved Dispenza to the ground. The lawsuit claims Moxley was supposed to only grab the screwdriver, and Dispenza took an unplanned fall as a result of being shoved. His legal team alleges that this is an example of civil assault and battery, claiming that in allegedly deviating from the script, Moxley either showed intent to harm Dispenza or at a minimum a complete disregard for whether harm was a result. It's the last one, by the way. Right. I don't think Moxley was like, man, screw this fat guy, I'm gonna hurt him. I think it was just like he didn't care. He didn't care. They think that because here's the thing about Moxley, he's an idiot.
Yes.
Because anyone with a shred of common sense is not taking a civilian, an untrained civilian, and shoving them like that.
Yeah. Right. I realize, to clarify what I was saying earlier, he did have other jobs there. What I'm saying is that he had no reason to be there holding a screwdriver at the time, other than being told to hold a screwdriver.
Why were people calling you out about
it? They said, I think he was a production assistant. It's like, yeah, he said he was a production assistant, but he was told to, I just wanted to clarify. So,
hey, Chad, I had asked the two gentlemen, Dis and Marv, like, what's a good, compensation for something like this? And Marv had the greatest goddamn answer. He said,
I didn't even blink. I said $10 million.
Yep.
If this happened to me and I needed cervical fusion surgery from it, $10 million, billionaire son. Fork it over.
Did you put your pinky in your mouth when you did it too?
You know why? Here's why. Because this all could have been avoided. They had the opportunity to take care of it when it happened, and they didn't.
Yeah.
He was getting worked on by AEW, and they said, we can't do any more. We have spent the amount of money that we are going to spend, and everything else is yours. If they did that to me, I'd say, you know what? Fine. You're paying for everything that happened, everything that could have happened.
Pain and suffering, emotional distress.
Well, I just want you guys to know that in the complaint, bullet point number 9. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but here's the amount. The amount in controversy.
I'm just a simple bird lawyer.
Yeah, $25,000.
That's it. $25,000 is all he's asking for. They could pay.
No. That's not all he's
more.
asking for. No, that's not all he's asking for. The amount exceeds $25,000.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That so you can. But just saying the amount he could be asking for $10 million.
I'm only laughing because that's an ungodly amount of money.
Shoot high. Listen, awful. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you land among the stars.
He gave them. They had every opportunity to make this
hilarious,
and they just didn't. And they deserve it now. I'm sorry. And even if you want to say, you know what, Tony's going to pay this off and it's going to go away. The floodgates are open now.
Yeah.
This is America, and this is a billionaire. You can sue him for whatever you want for as much as you want. There is a woman suing Disney World right now because she got hit by a wave in their wave pool.
Yeah. This is going to.
Oh, that'll be thrown out.
I was given a little hint, and I'm working on something with Awful now.
Yeah.
That said, basically, you could go through almost any intense Jon Moxley match and find an incident where he did this, and it was most likely not planned, and the person in question did not know it was going to happen before it happened. Right. He does this to production assistants all the time, and if this goes through and this guy gets a dime, these are going to start piling in.
He's gonna get more than a dime. Tony's gonna settle. Like 5-star just said here, $10 million is $10 to Tony Khan.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like you said, if the floodgates open, then we'll see. Lawsuit alleges Moxley had a history of disciplinary issues before this incident involving other people while under AEW's employ, agency, and/or contractual relationship. It also says that the past disciplinary offenses by Moxley include a documented history of unpredictability as well as a lack of control by defendant AEW, all of which were known or should have been known to defendant AEW at the time of the assault. Yeah. Now, you guys might be like, well, that's impossible to prove. No, it's not. If it's actually documented, then that's going to come out in discovery because AEW can't hide that. That's illegal.
They do have a disciplinary committee. They have a disciplinary committee that documents
do they?
Stuff normally. Apparently so, yes. And I've been told that the other incidents were taken care of by someone going to Mox and being like, "Come on, dude, really? Like you got to, you got to stop it, man. Yeah, please.
Stop it.
Come on,
stop it.
Come on, man. It's mean. You're being a mean guy right now." This is why.
Yeah, but I need to build houses out of people's bones. I got to drink their blood, man. then I gotta get to the community center on Saturday afternoon so I can get choked out by a soccer dad.
That's totally why I think Jericho tweeted that picture of him just like smiling, like he's like, "Hey, look at the other creative control guy."
For once, it's not me.
Look, how's that favorite nation's working for you right now,
So, multiple high-level AEW sources with knowledge of Moxley's working history with the company and not speaking in official capacity on AEW's behalf told the Takedown on Sports Illustrated that they were unaware of any history of disciplinary issues with Moxley, noting he is respected within the promotion by talent and management. One referred to him as a locker room leader and disputed the characterization of Moxley given the lawsuit. And here it is right here, the lawsuit. The
Moxley
filing
locker room leader. Could you imagine Moxley giving like a pep talk to the locker room?
running wrestler's court. Like instead of having to buy someone a case of beer, he tries to break a pool cue in half and throw it to the guys for them to fight with, but then he just hurts his leg.
All right, Darby, you showed up 12 minutes late last week. I need 5 ounces of blood.
Filing also claims that Moxley and AEW are responsible for exhibiting gross negligence suggested by going off script and violently shoving plaintiff, who was only a crew member, to the ground. Moxley demonstrated a substantial lack of concern whether a severe injury results to production crew member at the event. If you do not have a talent contract You cannot take a bump.
No.
Period.
Ever.
End.
Yeah.
If you bump and you're non-talent, that is called an accident.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cornette, when Cornette had to sign like a second contract when he started managing while he was working in the office at WWE, because they were like, you can't actually fall unless you're talent. Like, you can't take a bump unless you're talent. And at the time he was office. So it adds, in taking no precautions or preventative measures to protect production staff, defendant AEW's actions likewise show a reckless disregard for the safety of production staff, which goes beyond simple inadvertence. Now, translated should mean, defendant AEW is not a real business and is just playing on a national stage and therefore had no idea that they had to protect people like this. But they're about to learn. The complaint also accuses AEW of negligence in hiring and training Moxley. A poor. What?
Yeah.
I literally put water out my mouth.
What the hell did you just say? Spit the dick out of your mouth.
I literally spit water out of my mouth when you said
That's
that.
exactly
I
what
had
he
to get a
said.
towel. I'm so covered in water now. Trained Moxley.
So now we've got it in writing in the legal system that John Moxley is not trained. A portion of count one claims AEW has a responsibility to, quote, exert reasonable control over its employees, agents, and or contracted individuals to ensure the safety of other performers, production crew, and the general audience. That's also true. The 39-year-old Moxley has been wrestling since 2004 and has worked for not only AEW, but WWE, TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and other major promotions throughout his career. Dispenza's legal representation tells the takedown on SI that he claims AEW upper management was aware of the incident, but says he never discussed it with them. Now, that might come back to bite him. He alleges to have met with Tony Khan and AEW General Counsel Chris Peck about potential full-time employment opportunities in the months after the incident, but acknowledged there was never a prior conversation about the injuries he says he sustained. By the way, look at like the way he's grabbing him there. Like that's a pretty massive push. The attorney also noted Dispenza said that he never filed an official incident report that night. And this is another thing that's going to come back to bite him because he had another job on tour and he had to get back to, but he claimed that he spoke with 3 individuals that evening about getting hurt. His legal team said Dispenza relayed his alleged injuries to ringside physician Dr. Michael Sampson, director of performance psychology Chris Manzione, and a member of the athletic training staff. Dispenza claims Sampson was upset over the situation, saying that all stunts or interactions outside of the ring must be approved by Sampson beforehand. Sampson was near Dispenza when the incident occurred. He said Sampson asked him to go see the training staff. Now, Dispenza's representation told the takedown on SI that he was eventually told that he would not be treated any longer by the AEW athletic training staff and that the incident was never acknowledged again. It also said Dispenza and Moxley never discussed the incident beyond briefly after the segment. Oh, man, it was so cool the way you fell down.
You little bitch.
Dispenza's team said he is looking to obtain compensation for injuries suffered due to actions of the wrestler and the company he's worked for. And the filing says the amount in controversy exceeds $25,000. Now, again, that does not mean he is looking for $25,000. It means that the amount in controversy exceeds $25,000, which puts the suit itself into another. I've had to follow lawsuits pretty extensively with TPP now.
It's not small
because
claim.
like it's a big claim. Like through covering like the Smash JT Alyssa Mercante stuff, it's a whole lot of legalese. Claims he incurred damages, including but not limited to medical expenses, disability, permanent and serious disfigurement. Disfigurement? What the hell happened?
You might
is he like
too far.
Is he like Shredder in Turtles 2? I challenge.
Harvey,
You know, you get a scar. That can be
Yeah.
disfigurement.
That could be disfigurement. Wage loss and lost earning capacity, pain and suffering, exemplary damages for mental and emotional anxiety, humiliation and or indignity, diminution to business reputation and opportunities, other economic and non-economic damages not yet known, and all of the damages available under Michigan law. Oh, this guy's going to get paid. Takedown S, I reached out to an AEW spokesperson regarding the lawsuit and allegations detailed in this piece, to which they replied, AEW does not comment on pending litigation. All right, gentlemen. So that's where we're at.
Well, we might be a little bit further. I was told that the union is starting to get involved.
If the union's getting involved, that means the mafia is getting involved. I mean, that means the overseers are getting involved. There's no such thing as mafia, guys. The unions are getting involved. He's getting paid. I'll tell you that right now.
Apparently the unions aren't very happy about the situation.
I would assume not. The unions also saw the unions just heard a massive cash register ring.
Yeah.
And it's a billionaire's son.
And it's wrestling.
And it's wrestling.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's a wrestling and it's a slam dunk case.
Yeah.
John
Moxley, keep your hands to yourself.
And
next time.
it's Michigan. So the unions in Michigan dealing with those, it's a whole other, yeah. Come on, man.
Judge Scott Steiner.
Tony's gonna get Big Pussy Bob and Sarah showing up in his office. It's all right, Tony. He won't kill you. He's a rat. No, like this seemed like a pretty like a pretty big issue here, guys. Like. Nothing really could make this worse, right?
Strikes again. A former AEW crew member is suing the company after John Moxley pushed him, leading to alleged injuries. But have no fear, Twitter Ricky is here. Ricochet responded to a top sicko account about the lawsuit with a tweet and delete saying, quote, "We live in a world of pussies," end quote. Remember when Bitter Ricky got mad at me because I criticized Tony Khan for having no authority over his talent or fans? Well, TK's lack of authority has led to one of his most useless and uncharismatic stars crashing out on Twitter as his, quote, gimmick. And not only is Ricochet's gimmick costing Tony money with that big old contract despite not drawing a dime, get it how you live, Bitter Ricky's tweet and delete might help the plaintiff win what already felt like a slam dunk case. But hey, he's just playing a Twitter heel and working the IWC, right? Twitter Ricky might be smaller than John Stockton, but he's still out here giving the prosecution an assist after...
Can I just say my favorite feud in wrestling right now is Alfred Canua versus Ricochet. Guys, that was by our friend Alfred Canua over at Pro Wrestling Bits. Make sure you go follow him on YouTube and follow him also on X. It is the most one-sided feud you've ever seen in your life. I mean, it's like Raven Tommy Dreamer levels of one-sided. Ricochet has not won a single one of their one-on-ones. But
there are
Ricochet.
go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, Ricochet decided it was time to get involved.
Yeah, there are people within AEW that are convinced that he's trying to get fired at this point.
Oh, jeez. I don't think I can't imagine. Yeah, where would he go? And he's actually getting used on TV.
The idea would be that he got there. And after Will Ospreay's like, "Oh, bro, they fly in first class, and you only have to be there one day a week," and then he realized they did that for Will Ospreay. Not
Will Ospreay gets that treatment. Ricochet does not.
Right. He may not be exactly as happy there as he thought he would be. It's not quite the playground that he assumed it was.
So you know what? Let's talk about a few other things that AEW was nearly sued for. There was the Darby Allin glass incident in which shards of broken glass flew into the first three rows, and they claimed that they were safe because when you sit down, this goes on the screen where it says caution. If you have a seat on the floor, you are at risk of being struck by persons, objects, barricades, and other items. Please be aware of the action as you are watching and move out of the way if someone or something is coming your way. By staying in this area, you assume all risks of injury to yourself and to your property. Every lawyer on the planet laughs that one off.
Mm-hmm. Do you think when the lawsuit came in, Tony goes, "Damn it! I knew I should have put PA on there too." If he had just added fan and PA code of conduct, this all would have been
right.
No lawsuit. But he had to.
Here's the thing, guys. You can't just put up a disclaimer and expect, you know how like whenever like you sign up for anything like as simple as like an email address and you have to accept the code of conduct, you have to like click the little thing that says I've read and accepted this. That's what you have to do here. And that's not what's happening. They're just showing it to you. And you can be like, well, no. And it's like, well, but you stayed.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing they've ever. It's like Michael Scott walking out of his office and going, "I declare bankruptcy." Like, just because you say it doesn't make it true.
I can't believe AEW put "you are at risk."
Wait, did they?
It's right there.
You read it, Mark.
Forget everything
I thought you meant like they put like the letter U and the letter
The
R.
fact that you paid $35 to sit next to a few thousand empty seats around you, and you're still at risk.
Yeah, it's
Give
like
me
Gallagher.
a break.
They give they're going to start giving them plastic sheets to put over their head during the show in case of
Concealed carry licenses.
You are at risk if you bought an expensive seat to this show.
Yeah.
You are taking your life into your hands.
But don't say we didn't warn you.
May God have mercy on your soul. May the odds be ever in your favor. Like, you are entering the Hunger Games if you buy a floor seat to AEW.
I mean, my goodness. Should they suit up as well? I mean, lace up the boots.
Yeah, you may be asked to perform at any point.
Yeah,
you are now part of the show.
Right,
like that kid they threw.
Yeah, the vodka.
The kid
blew an alcohol of 0.23.
Oh yeah, all right. So you know what? Let's talk about that.
Into the Iron Man match tonight, you are making the rounds virally for having thrown a drink, a mom's drink, on her kid.
Yeah.
So this question is a twofold. It goes for both Max and for Tony. One, for Max.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind throwing the drink on the kid?
Kid looked thirsty. What's the second question?
And two, Tony,
good answer.
will there be any type of consequences for Max?
We had a conversation before we came up here, a serious conversation, and I mean that, and it's not to be taken lightly. The young man Titus was a real pro about it, and we'll see Titus here again in AEW. I believe Titus is actually coming to Sacramento, but I was just with him.
That means he got paid.
He was
Well, yeah, he's a pro because he's part of the show now.
I gave him a contract.
a real champ about it, and the champion didn't act like a
See, he's a real
He
champ.
sold
He's
the
a real
drink
champ.
really well.
Yeah, he's a real champ, just like half the roster because we have so many belts.
Right.
champion there. But
Not for
I
nothing.
think
The one
Titus
thing that
was
we're
great.
not talking about here. One thing that we're not talking about here is that it wasn't water that he threw on the kid. It was like vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was his mom's alcohol.
It was.
Which, by the way,
Like,
yeah,
I mean, when Stone Cold Steve Austin hit the barricade at WrestleMania, Nick Khan materialized in front of that woman.
yeah.
Like a trap door opened in the floor and Nick Khan popped out of it. That woman, that woman must have left with like so much. I mean, again, this is indie show crap. Yeah. They're doing indie show crap on the major stage, backed by a billionaire, and people see the dollar signs the second anything goes wrong.
Yeah, I don't mind the spot inherently, but only if you, number one, don't use alcohol, and number two, someone has to go to the parent at least beforehand and say, hey, look, we're going to do a thing where they throw water on your kid. Do you think he's going to be cool with it? And the parent goes, oh yeah, he'll love it. And then that's it. That's all you have to do.
Like,
and then
here's
you
the
get the
thing.
same line, you get all the, you don't have to deal with all that crap. But
the only interaction between a fan and between fans and the wrestlers should be a high five. Maybe you rip their sign up or something like that.
I disagree. I like I took Max to an indie event, and the one of the wrestlers got all yelly with him, and they yelled back and forth, and it was a fun little.
But that's yelling. I'm talking about physical contact.
Oh, okay. You said any interaction, so I was.
I meant physical interaction. Like, you don't throw things at the fans. You don't spit on the fans. You don't involve any of your bodily fluids with the fans. You don't throw things at the fans.
Yes, I will agree with you.
They're not part of the show. You don't shove them. You don't grab them. Like that is just a recipe for disaster.
I got pushed through a chair one time.
Wouldn't the definition of unprofessional would be getting carried away?
Yes.
I mean, so he acted recklessly. Arrest that man.
Have you ever gotten hurt by a wrestler at a wrestling show? Anybody here? Anybody?
Yeah.
I had blood splattered on me from Devon Dudley when he faced the Gangsters in ECW Arena. It was yucky.
I got pushed through a chair by a wrestler one time at an indie show.
So did I actually.
I turned my back to him, and he shoved me, and I fell. And then he wrote me a note that said, "I'm sorry I broke your chair." And then,
So that same thing happened to me. I got pushed by a wrestler when I was in the crowd, and the chair broke when I fell back into it. That wrestler just happened to be my buddy, though. He was my friend who I was there to see in a show. So yeah, I didn't make a thing of it. We laughed about it on the car ride home, but
I didn't make a thing of it.
I was money for which you could sue.
I actually helped set up the chairs around ringside for that show. And so it was a miscommunication about how close I was to them, and the owner came out afterwards and he came up. He's like, "I'm really sorry, man. I'm going to have him write you a note." And I'm like, "All right." And then he wrote me a note and it said, "I'm sorry I broke your chair." That was the extent of the note. But besides that, it was just like Sandman poured beer on me. But when Sandman pours beer on you, it's because you want Sandman to throw beer on you, right? I mean, that's,
I wish Kevin was here because there was a situation on a show, one of the shows that he ran, his first show he ran, where our friend Justin was trying to do the Ted DiBiase like spot with a kid in the audience with the basketball dribble.
Right.
And he picked a special needs kid out of the audience.
Oh.
And it just did not go over well. I don't remember the specifics of it, but I remember sitting there in the crowd being like, ugh. Yeah, I wish he was here to tell that story, but no, but you don't do that kind of stuff. And if I was at Ring of Honor, if my friend does that to me on some random indie show that's above a bowling alley, fine. But if CM Punk had done that to me at Ring of Honor, there would have been a problem.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, slam dunk case or no?
I think it is. To be honest,
okay.
Well, here's and my favorite thing is that the AEW sickos are all using the footage of the push as proof that nothing happened. I'm like, this is the damning evidence.
Yeah,
right.
The crime is on camera.
Right. Oh no, the other one I hear a lot is oh, why didn't you feel sorry for this guy 2 years ago? And my initial reaction was, well, we couldn't imagine that they wouldn't have a trained person taking a bump during a wrestling show. But then I realized we should have known because it's AEW. So now
it's a stunt granny.
So now every time I see somebody who isn't a wrestler fall in AEW, I'm going to assume they're not trained. It's basically what they're telling me to do.
Secrets of Wrestling finally revealed. You remember that special that aired on TV that taught 1 million kids how to backyard? Yeah, it was. We were told they were stunt grannies. Norb from Angry Beavers told us. Norb from Angry Beaver / Salem the Cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
With that smarmy attitude too. This is how they do it.
Oh my gosh, he was so smarmy in that. He was beyond smarmy. He was full on smug.
Yeah, with his chest out, walking this.
Who ended up being the mystery wrestler? I remember it was.
There were a bunch of them.
Harley Race.
Harley Race was the booker.
I know about Harley. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I think Haku was one of them.
Was he?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, they really digitized his voice, I believe.
The one that keeps popping in my head was Iron Mike Sharp. Is that or one of the guys from?
Hold on, I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up now. All right, Expose Wrestling's Greatest Secrets was the stars are 8 real-life professional wrestlers who wear masks and work under pseudonyms to conceal their true identities. Let's see, who were the wrestlers though? It doesn't say. Okay, cool.
Well, then it's
hold on. I'm looking. Harley Race was the booker. Mike Modest was one of the wrestlers. Christopher Daniels was one of them. The Pitbulls were there.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Haku was there too.
I think Mike Modest was one because Mike Modest was also in Beyond the Mat, right? Where he was one of the 3 wrestlers that were getting tryouts in WWE for that.
Had the high hopes and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I knew one of them was in
expose pro
another
wrestling's greatest secrets.
Christopher Daniels. I mean, he was like 9'9" when he did that one.
Yeah, like Christopher Daniels was like in no way, shape, or form on any kind of major TV at that point.
Man, 90s TV was the best.
It really was. Well, so because they had struck gold with Secrets of Magic revealed, and that was like people were so mad about that one. The magicians were like livid, and it was the masked magician.
Did you ever hear the masked magician where he said why he did it? It was because everyone was using the same illusions, and he wanted to challenge magicians to come up with original illusions. That's why
I remember on a magic show they did a whole thing where they were going to reveal the masked magician's identity because they all knew who he was.
Yeah.
So they did, and it was like some guy named Valentino, and they were just basically were like, "Who the heck is this guy?" They reacted to it the way the one wrestler. Remember we watched what's his face? Dr. D, like ripped the guy to shreds.
Yeah.
Who did the thing with John Stossel? Yeah, like, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that guy who did like the Secrets of Wrestling revealed originally. That was how they reacted to that guy. But all right, let's get a couple more super chats, and then we got to get to Tony Khan being weird.
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part.
Cody Duffy for $1.99 says my guy Pectacular still be on. Talking about, that's you sent that twice. I like two things about that. Okay. John Williams says I had a crush on Olga too. I'm sure he did. Ryan Damon for 5 says American Gladiators reboot was great during the major winter strike that ruined
Lost. I think he means
Lost. Oh,
yeah,
okay, Lost. Yeah. I would say the thing that ruined Lost was J.J. Abrams, but Dial C. By the way, I never watched Lost because I guessed the ending in the first episode.
Oh my gosh, we're not going to get into Lost because I will be here for 3 hours, Marv.
My brother got so pissed.
No, I'm not. No, I will fight you. I will fight you to the death about the ending of Lost. I will fight you to the death.
No, so like we sat down. And,
Marv, yeah, please tell me what's up.
We're watching like the first scene, and by the way, spoilers for Lost if you haven't watched it. Like,
you're gonna get it wrong. You're gonna get it wrong.
20-year-old show.
No one understands the ending.
We're sitting there, and like the plane crashes on the island, and I'm looking at it, and I go to my brother. So what is this, like purgatory or something?
It's not purgatory.
Like, yeah,
it's
bull.
No,
it is purgatory.
No, it's not purgatory.
What is it? This if it's not purgatory,
it's nonsense bullshit, is what it is.
I'm not going to go through 6 seasons of Lost to fight this, but that's why I said don't talk about it.
So here's the thing. Nobody knows what it was because J.J. Abrams didn't know what it was.
No, I know exactly what it is.
He starts mysteries and has no. I know what it is, but I can't tell you because
come on now, tell us what it is.
A Lost fan never reveals his secrets.
They were not dead. They did not die from the plane crash. They died.
A lot of did nots. What was it?
No, I'm telling you, Marv said they died in the plane crash and that the island was purgatory. That's not what it was. They didn't die in the plane crash. They died throughout time in the island. And then in the last season, all of their souls met together to come together and enter the afterlife as a collective because they were meant to be together. And that's what you asked me. Then why'd you ask? That's why I said I don't want to do this.
Oh my gosh. Dis, are you done like injecting into the show with all of your Lost crap?
I hate you. I hate you guys so much.
Yeah, you'll be here next week.
Yeah.
I love you. You're my
oh my goodness. Dial C4 for $5. It says Nick Aldis appear on American Gladiators since he was on the British show. That'd be cool. Probably not.
Why did Nick Aldis tower? Oh, I'm sorry. Why did Nick Aldis tower over John Cena in that promo on SmackDown?
He's a big man.
He's gigantic.
Yeah. Blazing Bolts for $2 says. Blazing Bolts for $2 says Sami Zayn looks like Borat. Does he? Kind of does, actually. Now I think about it. I mean, he's got a lot of the same like social views as Borat. So
yeah, you ain't kidding.
John Williams for $4.99 says, "Who the hell's Paul Levesque booking behind my back?" Regina Sharp for $5 says, "People are complaining about the length of our shows. Oh boy, let's make it longer to satisfy them." Ha! Tony Khan, probably. Yeah, it's because he wants to see a long show, guys. That's why it happens. He wants the show to be long because it's for him. It's to entertain him while he sits in his big boy chair. Andre Adams for 199 says Saturday night's main event at the Georgia Dome. It's happening, people. Isn't it the Georgia Dome?
Yeah. No, but they're saying there was a rumor that they might move it to a bigger place because they've announced Goldberg. Yeah. So.
Huh. All right. And we will get to the rest of the super chats a little bit later. But right now, guys, we got to talk about Tony Khan being weird. So Tony Khan, he posted like a series of videos today, like live stream videos, right? Like he went live.
So he went live on Instagram, and apparently no one watched. And he did. So he deleted the Instagram live. And then he went live on Twitter.
Hold on. One second before we get into this. I just have to say, you're wrong. Sounds an awful lot like purgatory.
Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it? This on the money.
Yeah, but it's all right.
This, see, they're there. This, you're a hemophiliac. You're at a severe disadvantage in a fight. I didn't mean to pull that one.
Oh God.
It's not purgatory because they didn't die when they got there. They died and then they waited elsewhere. We didn't see when they were waiting.
Isn't it weird how only you know this?
Because I watched it 4 times.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people watched it. Like my brother watched it. That's
anybody who I hang out with and that has watched the show like me all understand this. It's all the people who just watched it like one time and like that.
He just said they're right.
Let me ask you something. Have those people ever disagreed with you on this, and then you like had this conversation with them? Because I'm at the point where I'm ready to be like, all right, fine, you're right, whatever.
No, these are all people that I watched when it was on live, and we all understood the whole thing. We all gathered together and watched Lost together. It was a magical time in my life. Okay.
Well, if purgatory is real, it would be these Tony Khan videos. So he went live a couple times on social media, and then deleted them.
No, he didn't delete them. He deleted the Instagram one. These he decided were good. He did one, and then like 45 minutes later, he did another one, and then like 30 minutes later, he did another.
So we've got a supercut of them. You sped them up to 1.5 times speed.
I had to. There's no way I could have done it otherwise.
Well, what's funny is because I've only watched a little bit of the beginning of one, and I couldn't tell that it was sped up at first because of just how slow he normally talks and how much space is in between each word. So let's watch a man-child be weird.
Hey everybody, I'm at the Con Lion Film Festival here.
That was 1.5 times speed. Hey everybody, we're at the Con Lion Film Festival here. That was 1.5 times speed.
Hey, everybody.
10 seconds.
Look at how just like remember when like everybody would like I really wish that they would just make him a like an on-air character because my God. Like it would be gold.
The picture on the picture right next to him looks like pre-rehab, and the Instagram picture looks like post-rehab. Like, I cleaned up, fellas. I got me a haircut. I'm on my yacht, and I'm 2 days sober.
I'm just like all of you on my yacht.
And it's at Con Lion Ad Fest here. I'm in Nice, France. It's beautiful back here, as you can see, and I just want to share it with all of you. A lot of AEW.
That's the first location he's given. He gives multiple
Nice,
locations.
France.
He gives multiple locations as to where he is. Just want to point that
Where in the world is Tony Khan of AEW?
He's killing business in Toronto.
Getting booed out of the building when he went up to Chicago. Tell me where in the world is Tony Khan AEW? This is how the process works, guys.
Workshopping.
Rockapella.
Rockapella.
We could do the harmonies too. We could
do wop,
Is that
boop doo wop.
we would need Kev to be the guy that does the bow.
Oh, I was going to do that. Okay.
No,
We don't want you bleeding out this.
I think I probably have a higher range than Kev, so I'll give him that one.
All right, here we go.
Here, as you can see, and I just wanted to share with all of you, a lot of AEW fans all over the world, and it's great being here in Europe ahead of a huge week for AEW in Mexico. Tonight, I'll be making the long trek from Cannes, France to Mexico for Mexico City, AEW's debut in Mexico, in Arena, Mexico, the cathedral of pro wrestling. I'm really...
What is the purpose of this?
Dude, could you imagine all the hot-looking girls with the champagne glasses on the other end of this phone? Like, what is he doing? What is this geek doing? His dad paid us to be here drinking this champagne, kissing ass to this guy. He wants to be on his iPhone talking about AEW.
So far, he said that he's at the Cannes Film Festival, the Cannes Film Ad Festival. He's in Nice, France. He's in Cannes, France.
He's on the Cannes.
Does he mean like Cannes Film Festival is like CANNES? Because wasn't that a while ago?
Yeah, but it's not. It's the ad festival for. It's like
so he's not even at the actual film festival.
No. This is okay. Also, to set the scene, this part here is his way to the festival. Okay,
right.
This video is to the festival. He's on his way there.
He's going to pass the festival in his yacht.
You know who I hope he runs into? God.
He's holding the camera and his hand right now.
Yes,
probably.
We know Cannes is a city. We're saying he's also said he's in Nice.
Good
and then
Lord!
Don't yell, Jesus Christ! Anyway,
Yeah, like that's what I meant when I said the film festival and I said CANNES.
Yes.
I literally spelled it. Type in caps some more. I didn't hear you.
Excited about the show, and there's a lot of great things happening around AEW. And I'm here now in Cannes, France, at the Cannes Lions Advertising Fest. And
they named it after me, actually, because
that's what he wants to say.
Much.
Yeah. Now it's the Cannes Lions Advertising Fest. That's what it is now.
Really excited about this. Some of the most influential people in all of entertainment, sports, media are here. Studio heads.
And absolutely none of them have talked to me.
Right.
No, he's on his way. He's going to spend a lot of time there, Marv. He's on his way. This is my point. He did this, and then 45 minutes later, he does a video of him leaving.
How great would it be that there's nobody navigating this yacht? It's just him on the damn thing.
Who in AEW would be the funniest person that's driving this boat? Like, would it be Luther? Would it be like who is the funniest person to be driving this boat?
The funniest person would probably
Christopher Daniels. Like Christopher Daniels in like a captain outfit.
Yeah, you know what? Brandon Cutler would be the funniest person to be driving it.
Nyla Rose.
It's actually Tugboat.
Tony Schiavone. Excalibur.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's Tony Schiavone. You're right.
It's
Tony Schiavone. It's Tony Schiavone, but he's in like one of those like yacht captain like uniforms with the hat.
Yeah. And a pipe.
All right, here we go.
CEOs, CMOs, COOs, lots of people, and lots of decision makers, and there's lots of really exciting things happening all over the world with AEW. International expansion.
Good Lord, did he just said there's lots of exciting things happening all over the world with AEW?
Yep. International expansion. He's talking about their new belt, the Unified Championship.
Oh, the Unified, because somebody at legal told me, Tony, you can't call it the Intercontinental Championship.
Right. We're unifying Mars and Venus.
It was the international title and the continental title. He was definitely going to call it the Intercontinental title.
Yep.
I heard that he wants more crowns. And by the time we see it, it will be changed to have more crowns in it.
We'll have so many crowns.
But I'm sorry,
this week our first ever.
We see it again. Anyway, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Show in Mexico, AEW Grand Slam Mexico. We're really, really excited about it, and we're introducing AEW to a lot of the top executives in international entertainment here.
Wait, I'm sorry, but if AEW is doing great things in Europe, wouldn't the top executives in entertainment already know about AEW?
No, he has to go to the
You know
Cannes
something?
Film Festival. What?
Are we sure that this is not the guy who back in the day was just like, you see this Lamborghini behind me? You want to know how I got it? I read books. This guy isn't Ty Lopez, is he? Because he's looking a lot like Ty Lopez.
I thought you meant that Asian guy who would have all the blondes with the big boobs around him on yachts and stuff like that and did infomercials.
Oh, no. Rich Dad,
France,
Poor Dad?
At the Cannes Lions Ad Festival. I had a short boat ride from the very large boat I was on. This is the smaller boat, the tender.
This is him!
That I'm
Oh my gosh.
I've got a bigger Lamborghini.
Boat.
Yeah.
I was on a big boat, but now I'm on a small boat. Like, and then I put my pants on and I buttoned first and then I zipped. But then I
went on a
myself in the
kayak.
zipper.
You know he has to be doing that because he has to be. This is not my boat. My boat is much bigger than this. Just
Yeah, of course.
My boat is way bigger than this.
My dad's boat. Do you think he goes from the big boat to this boat? Do you think he goes from like this boat to like a medium sized like yacht and then like to a speedboat and then to a canoe to a kayak
to a bass boat just driving it
to just a raft around his
Tony shows up with those flippers on, the little kids on their arm,
paddling on a surfboard.
Positioning on right now to land, and soon I'll be on land and doing some more media and doing some more work for AEW. But I just want to say hi to everybody. I'm really excited about this week. I'm really excited about tomorrow.
I don't
AEW
care what
Grand
you say.
Slam Mexico.
I don't care what you say. This man has no friends. Like
none.
He is
Not
giving
one.
off the complete aura of having no friends. Like it's just him and the captain right now.
Does he have a single friend that is not someone that he pays?
No.
No, well,
that is not someone who directly benefits financially from the connection with him.
Okay, no. I was gonna say yes because I'm sure there are people that hang out with him because he's Tony Khan. They think they might get something.
Yeah,
but no, they would be benefiting financially. So no.
Well, I mean, then there was the plethora of adult men when he was a teenager, but online.
Right. And Dave Meltzer.
But then again, they also got something out of that. So,
dude, this guy would get so much respect, so much more respect from me if he wore like a nice fitted suit, shirt, tie, just looking like $1 million all the time. But every goddamn time he looks like, let's face it, he looks like a billionaire.
He looks like he's gonna go play golf, right? Or yachting. Yeah, that's what he always looks like.
Yeah, he wants to dress.
He looks like he has a sterling silver tray with a mountainous pile of cocaine on it, just off camera.
Just off camera.
Yeah, he's
about to get lit.
Important shows for us. Me personally, it's a lifelong dream come true to be able to see this show and be able to be a part of this show. To have AEW come to Arena Mexico. Just as a wrestling fan, I'm really excited to be in Arena Mexico. I'm also very excited to be here. Cannes Lions. You can see I'm getting closer to some other boats. I'm getting closer to docking.
We can't see shit. You haven't. I mean, you dildo. We can't see. Yeah, like
all we see is your dumbass face.
Right. He turned to the right and thought that we saw what he just saw. He's a buffoon.
The next seriously the next like frame of this should be the weather started getting rough.
Why do you make these videos? What possessed him? He's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to the island. I'm going to go on live real quick. And then he goes on live. And he's like, hey everybody, I'm Tony Khan. I'm on a boat. You can see boat stuff behind. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
instead of the millionaire and his wife would be the billionaire with no life.
Yeah.
The movie star that he paid to sit next to him here on Tony Khan's Isle.
Apple's gonna single-handedly bring the next headlock headlines into
into fruition.
Yeah.
This is so ridiculous. I'm glad I didn't take a look at these beforehand.
Though I did hear that the ship did come under attack. Could you imagine? Oh God, here we go.
Continue my media day, but I've never done this, and I just wanted to come on and say hi to everybody this morning, and hope you have a great morning.
You should never do it again.
I hope.
And really excited about tomorrow, Wednesday Night Dynamite, Grand Slam Mexico. Thanks everybody.
Boy,
Thanks for supporting AEW.
Let's hope he never does another one.
He did
wait.
it again.
I thought he was going to land. Did he do this like immediately?
I swear to God, he scooched over to the left about 3 feet. That's all he did.
If this were to have a caption, this still right here, it would literally be what Regina Sharp just said. I'm on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is 45 minutes later. He did a Twitter live to announce that he had a 45 minute meeting in France.
Golly.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, good morning. We had a great session at Can Lion. I'd love to thank the very kind people at Can Lion for
those of you that missed the last one, we're a Can Lion right now.
Right.
Now I'm saying can and not con because somebody corrected me while I was on land.
Yeah.
I got the comments from his first live.
having me and AEW as a big part of the Festival of Creativity.
He has to point to the hat every time he says AEW.
Every time.
And now, by the way, he just changed it. It is now the Festival of Creativity. It is no everything else he said.
By the way, I would like to remind everyone that this is sped up 1.5 times because he sounds like he's just speaking like at a normal human being rate.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a great week in many ways for AEW. I'm really excited for Wednesday Night Dynamite.
He didn't have none of that Mike
in
Bailey.
Mexico City, AEW's debut in Mexico. My first time in Arena Mexico. It's a dream come true. I'm really excited for AEW to have our first time in one of the greatest wrestling arenas and one of the greatest wrestling countries and wrestling cities in the world.
Is he just harping on this Mexico thing over and over and over again because WWE just did AAA?
Yes. Yeah,
it's because everything he does is an insecure reaction to something WWE did.
Well, because Dave implies that they bought AAA because AEW was doing Grand Slam Mexico. Like they're convinced of it, you know. So
this is a really, really special milestone. 6 years into AEW, and it's got to be one of the most special things yet. It's going to be a long trip here from Cannes, France.
It's been a long video.
I'm in Cannes, France.
The captain is just like, this is long enough. Yeah.
Long enough for you to learn that it's not pronounced Con France.
He's getting ready. He also, I like in a bit, he's going to give step-by-step instructions on how to get from a boat to a dock.
That's what the captain told me. He was just like, hey, you idiot. It's Can, you jackass.
It's actually the skipper.
Yeah. Hey, Skip.
Hey, little buddy. It's actually pronounced Can, not Con.
Can Jim Ross be skipper? With a cowboy hat instead of...
I hope the next video is just like, good morning. I'm under attack, and we're going down.
Somali pirates have boarded.
Yeah.
They look to be being led by Hulk Hogan.
They said, I'm the booker now.
I'm the booker now. You know, the only thing that would make this better is if he's recording this from like the bedroom of the yacht and he's sitting in the corner right now while behind the camera someone's fucking his girlfriend. He's just sitting in his little chair while doing this. Yeah, like we're going to Mexico and I can't wait. Like
with his pants around his ankles, talking about AEW.
I just can't perform unless I just can't perform unless we're talking about AEW.
He has gotten sweatier since the last video, and he did move to a drier spot of the boat.
It's getting a little hot in here, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I might have to crack a window.
It's my first time here, and they've been very kind to have me as a part of the Festival of Creativity here. And as you can see in the background,
he's like, I'm in Spain, now I'm in Italy. I'm in Spain, now I'm in Italy.
It's like, here, I'm talking about France. I have to show the land now. This is the country I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody had
Really
to
quite
duck when he
wonderful.
turned the camera.
I'm on the smaller boat right now, the tender, riding back to the bigger boat, and we've got something really special planned for AEW tonight here.
Oh my
a lot
God.
of the top executives.
It's literally every time he could. I don't think he's ever had a conversation that needed to be more than a minute long.
No.
Because everything he says is just the same thing over and over and over again. It's the same three thoughts repeated ad nauseum. You can sum up this. How much time has passed in this video? Like it's several minutes, sped up 1.5 times.
I think 3. Actually,
you could sum this up as he's at the Cannes Film Festival or Crestful Creativity. It's his first time there, and he's excited for AEW in Mexico. And there's lots of great international opportunity for AEW. He's
stuck out there. He's got no docking. He's fucked.
When Tony Khan was born, the doctor accidentally flipped on audio description services, and they didn't figure out how to turn it off. So now everything he says, he just describes what he does. Right now, I'm in the tender, and that goes to a boat. And when I get to the boat, I will get off the tender and I will get onto the boat. That's my life. Like what he has to describe.
You can tell he's looking at himself the entire time.
Entertainment are here in Cannes, and it's really exciting to be here and be a part of it, and I'm looking forward to that.
I like my
and frankly,
3-day-old
also looking
beard.
forward to my flight to Mexico City. It's going to be a great trip, and even though I should be sleeping on it, I probably won't be able to because I'm so excited about it.
I probably won't be sleeping because I've done a lot of cocaine today.
Even though I look like I run a bodega.
I like boats and I like planes. I'm an interesting person.
But you know what? I'm not crazy about trains.
Oh no, Tony loves trains. I 100% know Tony loves. Look at that man.
Does he love trains? Is he one of those?
Look at that man. Tell me that man doesn't love trains. Tell me that man doesn't have a train set.
He likes seeing trains being run on his girlfriend.
Sat there behind the camera.
So as I
here's my boat.
As I leave Cannes and approach Kismet here, I just wanted to say thank you.
Who got behind you?
Is he showing us the bigger boat?
Yes,
that was going to be going on to?
That's his boat. He's showing us his boat now.
That's his dad's boat.
Well, yeah, you know, it's the Kismet. That's what it's called, the Kismet. By the way.
Nice, not a bad name.
Not a
I
bad
gotta
name.
admit, not a bad name.
It's not the Stugatz, but you know.
Yeah, no.
Up there.
AEW
Well, he's about to run
really
head on into that thing.
Such a dream come true to come to a new country, and it's my first time representing AEW in France.
Oh my God!
Right? Yeah. People are in the background jumping off the boat.
Could you imagine being in like a confined space with this human being?
Oh my God!
It's my first time here, and AEW has got some really exciting international prospects. My God! And this is sped up 1.5 times. Oh, you were right. This is gold.
Yeah.
So good.
This was like, guys, don't watch it. React on the show. This is gold.
Yeah.
Every second. Can you imagine what the deleted one is like? If this is what if this is what
It's where he got seasick.
He got seasick.
Like, hey, good morning, everybody. I'm giving up my lunch. Yeah.
That's why he's wearing a hat.
Friggin' Siren Mermaid tried to lure him to his death, but then when he got there, he wouldn't stop talking about AEW, and they let him go.
No, he just said the N-word. That's all.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
France. There's great wrestling fans here, and a lot of people really excited about it. I gave a great presentation yesterday. Frankly, it was really good.
If I do say so myself.
Yeah.
So somebody get the meme of Obama putting the medal on himself.
So for context, could you tell us what he was talking about there in a few seconds?
Dude, he gave a great presentation yesterday to some ad executives in France, apparently.
Well, was that new information, or have we heard that 3 times already?
That's new information. That is new information, actually. Because
Wow.
he knew he'd been talking about the meeting that he just had that took 45 minutes before. Now he's saying that he had one yesterday too. So this is this should be on the front page of Observer by next week, I imagine.
Can I just say, I'm so glad he's back on social media and doing stuff again.
Yeah.
It's been really difficult to mock him without him doing stuff.
You missed him.
I miss. It's like an old friend comes back after a long time.
Right.
Well,
Tony Khan needs a social grace expert or agent.
he needs someone. He needs someone
No,
to just
he
take his
doesn't.
phone away from him.
No, he doesn't. You're both wrong. He needs to do exactly what he's doing. He needs to be this forever.
And
This
not
is the Tony
deleting it.
Khan. Yes, this is the Tony Khan that I want. I love this man. He's such a goober. I just want
He hasn't made a major announcement in a while on TV. Either has he?
he's there's a part of this where he was so close to saying that he had a major announcement, and you could tell he
Right.
stopped himself. At least 3 times.
Tony Schiavone was like go behind the camera going, no. Tony Schiavone stopped banging his girlfriend for a second to go, no.
Yeah, because he was like, you guys really want to tune in to AEW Grand Slam tomorrow? It's gonna be we have a really big.
Is it coming
really
up
big
this
card
because we're
slam.
gonna watch?
Yeah, we have a really big a really big card for you.
Yeah.
You're not going to be watching my friend. Grand Slam is on
It was largely
Wednesday.
in part to the AEW production team and staff who did a great job putting together the video package and the presentation and made it a slam dunk for me to go in. So thank you, wrestling fans, and everybody all over the world. You're going to want to watch Wednesday Night Dynamite
Yeah.
for the great wrestling fans in the U.S., which I'll be coming back after Mexico City for.
Oh, thank God.
Is that a threat?
Yeah, I was worried. Thank the Lord.
I'll be back. It's more menacing than when Arnold said it.
Some great shows around Seattle. Can't wait for to be in Kent, Washington on Saturday as I'm
They can.
about to deboard the tender
The Kent State
and
fan.
go back to the Kismet.
He
Thank you
tried
for,
so hard to show a woman in that video. He was just like, oh my God, there's a woman walking by. I got to get her. Let me switch seats.
On the Kesmet.
Lois Shabani.
Right. This is how he
AEW,
bags chicks,
the
gentlemen.
greatest wrestling fans in the world, and thank you for making it possible for us to reach these new milestones as we approach 300 episodes of Wednesday Night Dynamite. And I'll see you all very soon.
That's it. That's right. That's it, right?
Everyone, I'm enjoying.
Wait, what the hell is this?
I got bored of the background, so
You changed the background?
yeah.
Play it.
I can't believe there's another one.
Sharing some of the great experience here, being in Cannes, France, and being a part of Cannes Lions. It's great to.
Is he just saying the same shit again?
Yep. Take 4.
You know, there might be some people out there on the internet who don't know that I'm at Cannes, France, at the Cannes Lion Film Festival. So, you know, they also might not know about all the exciting international opportunities that there are for AEW. And also, is he wearing a kimono?
Now he wears this bomber jacket from the Jaguars that's like, it's like 30 years old and it's all
I thought it
weathered
was-
down and beaten down.
I thought it was Tiger Schulman's karate.
No.
The beauty about this one is that the background was so uninteresting. It was literally just water. Like, there's not even a reason. It's not like he's showing the great views or the beautiful. He's just showing. It was so plain that all I had to do was treat it like a green screen and put this over it.
Hey, everybody. Tony Khan here in Tehran. Want to tell you about what's going on in Dynamite in a couple
Look. There's a lot of really great wrestling fans here, and less every minute. But you know, like there's a lot of really great wrestling fans here. AEW's got some really exciting prospects in the Middle East right now. I'm just, you know, like WWE, they're not the only ones that can come here. You know, we can do it too.
Live from the Sacramento wildfires.
You know, we're quickly running out of buildings big enough to do a show in, but you know, we're
And very excited to make the long and very pleasant journey in this case from Con France to Mexico City for Wednesday Night Dynamite.
He's back to calling it Con France.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about Mexico again. Fantastic.
He's far away from
My
everybody,
Grand
so
Slam
he can just
Mexico.
say it.
I'll be going from one beautiful place here, Can France, to another very beautiful place.
Oh, okay. He switched back to Can France.
Yeah. Because what the fuck is the matter with you? I said can, didn't I? Gotta turn this thing
Mexico City,
around
a
or something?
beautiful Cathedral of pro wrestling for Grand Slam Mexico. Wednesday Night Dynamite in Arena, Mexico for the first time
God.
ever. I'm really excited for the first Grand Slam Mexico.
Yes, it's going to be the first time ever that you're in the big arena in Mexico, but it's the 8th time you've told me this in this video.
Did you know that it's called the Wrestling Cathedral? I don't know if you knew that, Marv.
I'd heard it somewhere before a couple times.
Did you know that he is going to be in Mexico tomorrow for Grand Slam? It's called the Cathedral of Professional Wrestling, Marv. I don't know if you knew that. It's great. All of this is great. He's in Cannes, France. That's where he is right now. He's also in Nice, France, but he's in Cannes, France. But he's at the
Can, you asshole! I could just see him yelling back to behind him.
And my first trip to one of my favorite pro wrestling places in the world. I'm here live with you. I'm trying these things. It's something new, and
please keep doing it.
It
every day.
I want to wake. I sent a message to Mole. So I woke up and I saw this. I saw the first one, and I
tell
sent a message
him.
to Mole, and I said, "What the f did I wake up to? Make him keep doing this."
Yes, please tell him that this was a huge hit and that people need more of it.
It went viral.
I want to drink my morning coffee and watch Tony Khan in the morning.
Tony in the morning.
Okay.
Wake up to Tony Khan in the morning, 6 a.m. to 10.
LK, message me. LK. I need to say that. LK, message me. Okay, go ahead.
we've got some guests coming aboard. Thanks for doing this. I tried it earlier on
We got some guests coming aboard there. They appear to be some Somali gentlemen. They pulled up in a small boat, but what's that they're holding there? Oh no, they appear to have automatic weapons.
Instagram. It didn't get it quite as much engagement, so I thought I'd try it here on Twitter, which is an amazing wrestling community. I'll see you all later.
I told them to like and subscribe.
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh my god, that broke my brain.
Hilarious. Now we got to go to Dave after this, and then Mone bag.
Yeah,
we're cooked.
I think maybe we should save Mone for Kev since we won't get it for another month, and we already did the.
I don't know. We put it in. We put it in the in like the title of the
Let's
video.
read the damn thing. Get this over with.
We have to do it.
You put it in the title. You put it in the title.
It's the royal we. All right, so we got some more super chats.
It's gonna be a long.
BT23 for $5 says many multi-man tag matches, and Mone is going for title tomorrow in Mex. If Mone is with Mortos, why hasn't he been booked better? Look, she's not booked well either. So yeah. Oh, we already read that one. Ryan David for $5. My voice is now shot. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Got to get the Glom Gold clip where it says, "How did you know it was me? It's always you, and it will never not be. It never will not be me." There you go.
Well, the line is, and it always will be.
God
damn, I gotta go get a drink.
No,
can he read the next few? I mean, Jesus.
You go for it.
I have to scroll down. How you doing? Awful.
I'm doing all right, man.
I wasn't ready for this. I apologize, people.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, how am I supposed to know I'm supposed to do this?
Be prepared.
All right, go ahead. Liquid Fox. I got you here. Liquid Fox for $5 Canadian. Fun fact: in Newfoundland, we call pharmacies drugstores, which makes me wonder how fast AEW would go there if Tony found out about the drugstores. That's pretty normal in the States too. Liquid Fox. I thought everyone kind of did that. Awful. Did you know that pharmacies were called drugstores?
Yes.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yes,
that's normal. It's not a Canadian thing. So, that's why Tony loves traveling to all the different drugstores around the States too. Regina Sharp for $5. Moxley as a quote unquote locker room leader explains so much about that locker room. Actually, I'm assuming you mean so, but I'm going to read it like you said it, Regina, because I'm not Mark. Yeah, absolutely. Well, also it's bullshit. There's no way Moxley is a locker room leader. There's no way Moxley goes out there and helps anybody.
What have I always said about Moxley and Mone? Like they open the match or they open the show and they're out of there by 8:30.
There's no such thing as a locker room leader in AEW. Okay, I mean, maybe Big Show. Yeah. Marv said in the background, you could hear him very faintly. He said there was
a locker room leader of vodka.
He was referring to Cody Rhodes and CM Punk.
Yes, that's exactly what I was referring to.
I didn't know if you were going to be back, so I was going to explain it. But
I am back. Let's see. Christopher Miller for $10 says, wait, we can start our class action against AEW for emotional stress and mental abuse for every one of their 12-hour pay-per-view scrum nightmares. We're calling Stephen P. New as we speak. Let's see.
Marv, by the way, All In, it does start at 3. So if they do a scrum. Now, we do get to also watch Great American Bash and Saturday Night's Main Event during it, but we're going to be here a long time. So just saying, we might want to up the bounty for the scrum a little bit. just
we're going to have to do a backdoor contract negotiation if that's going down. No joke.
I'm talking about with the audience. I'm saying that might be a $1,200 night.
I'm going to need an amount exceeding $20.
Johnny 718 Bravo for $2 says, which boss is worse, Tony Khan or Michael Scott? Michael Scott was at least good at his job.
Yeah, people liked Michael Scott. Although, I've heard people say that, Tony Khan isn't a bad person. He's very likable and stuff. And I'm sure that's true. But Michael Scott didn't damage people's lives and stuff very often.
I was watching.
Tony Khan is the reason why people in the South started saying, "Oh, bless your heart."
Yeah.
I was watching an office blooper reel, and there was a great blooper reel. Craig Robinson, the manager of the warehouse, and Angela, like they were drinking together at an office party, and she stumbles up to him, and she goes, "Geez, it looks like you've had too much to drink," and he just shoots her back. He goes, "What did you say, bitch?" He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I had a little too much."
Oh my gosh. Ryan
what did
Damon
you
for
say to me,
$10 says, pay to have Stephen P. New on your show to explain laws. I don't think I have to pay. Stephen P. New, I've talked to Stephen P. New before, so we'll see. Maybe we will try to get Stephen P. New on at some point. John Williams for 499 says the only wrestler that could get away with attacking the crowd is Scott Steiner, and that's because they're too scared to respond. Well, yeah, it was in India also. Juan Alacan for $10 says, I work in construction for the union carpenters over in California. Once the union gets involved in a lawsuit, it's over and time to pay out. That's interesting. Yep. I'm telling you, Paulie Walnuts is showing up in Jacksonville. Denver Dollface says, Marvin Diss are my favorite VTubers. I wouldn't call us VTuber. Well, maybe you are because you have the. Yeah,
I'm a wrestling VTuber.
V stands for vaginal.
Yeah.
Forever Runner for $4.99 says, wait a minute, that was Goldberg all those years ago? I thought it was just some rando that jobbed to me for months. Goldberg did beat him, I will say. In Dire Straits for $5 says, did you see Jamie Hayter is injured? Looks like Mone strikes again. I did not see that.
Yeah.
Is that true? So she hurt her?
I didn't know it was by Mercedes. I know she was injured and that they did an angle to take her off TV, but I didn't hear how.
Well, I mean, that was her last big match.
Yeah.
What? No, but wasn't she attacked by Thekla?
Yeah, that was they did that angle to write her off TV. So
okay.
Mike Middleton for $2.79 Canadian says, this is right. Justice for loss, not purgatory. #boobs.
Yep. Thank you. And a good
Ryan Damon for $10 also says this is right.
Hey,
all right, guys.
I'm right.
George Captor for $5 says Tony.
We spent a lot of time on those other ones. Why can't we talk about right?
Let's soak in these for a little bit.
Yeah, we're running short on time. We got to get through them. George Captor for $5 says Tony, the common man, and his dad's $600 million yacht.
Yeah.
Hi, George. Check out
right,
Alt
we'll
Jake Show on Twitter. That's a good show.
we will get to the rest of these super chats in a bit. So we have got to oh god, after all that ridiculousness, I can't believe we have to do what we have to do next.
I'm getting warmed up. Let's do this.
This idiot did a bunch of stuff this week. Oh, where do we even start? Let's see. Well, remember this? Battles for his life. And it's a picture of Mr. Iguana.
Like Mr. Iguana had something to do with it.
It gets better. It gets better because latest legal wranglings in the Janelle Grant.
Allie's just trolling.
So when you post a link on Twitter, it shows you the main picture of the page that you link to, and he's linking to a copy of the Observer newsletter, and the picture on top of the page is Mr. Iguana, and he's stupid and a boomer. So it just every time
Who, Iguana or Dave Meltzer?
But
yes.
no, but yeah, every time he posted a link to the thing, it was this goofy looking goober on the screen.
Oh my gosh, that's so friggin' funny. All right, so
I know, I know we're both looking at it like this guy. You can't make this shit up.
Like the seriousness of this, like I can't even imagine. Like hundreds die and cave in.
Yeah,
Mr. Iguana's picture.
That's what. Yeah, we're all going over. It's in our heads. We're like, can we say that one? Can we say that one?
yeah.
Owen Hart remembered by his children on the anniversary of his death. There's Mr. Iguana. Like
Murder, suicide, and professional wrestler.
Yeah, I was
What?
gonna say developments in the Crispin Wog case.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
That has to be a meme. Okay, that's a meme now. Everybody in here, post your best caption for the Mr. Iguana picture.
Yeah.
Let's make
Dave
it a
Meltzer
thing.
headlines of Mr. Iguana. All right, so somebody here said would have been more viewers if it wasn't on YouTube. I had a hard time finding the show because it used to be we read this one last week, but there's another piece to it this week.
Yeah,
because you do know it was free on YouTube. YouTube has 2.53 billion users per month. Peacock has 41 million subscribers, and a lesser number actually use it. So, Meltzer then promoted CMLL's Arena Mexico tonight is streaming for free on the CMLL YouTube page. It's shameless. It's utterly shameless.
he can't say anything good about WWE unless it involves his buddy Dwayne. But he will promote everything to the ends of the earth.
So Al Snow says Mexican wrestling doesn't draw heat. This is probably a young Al Snow in this video that said this. Oh, I hope he didn't really say that, but it would be, God forbid you look before you comment.
Consider the source, gentlemen. Hannibal TV.
But it'd be par for the course for the imbecilic Meltzer hater club who continue to prove they haven't learned a thing about wrestling in 20 years. Yes, you know so much more about wrestling than Al Snow.
Or now, who do you think is in the imbecilic Meltzer hater club?
I hope we're in it.
Can we start it? Can we?
Oh my!
He still hasn't blocked me, so
I want to make a.
Oh
club
my gosh! Oh man! Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call the first official meeting of the imbecilic Meltzer hater club to order.
Present.
We're the little rascals.
The first thing we have to do is approve the minutes from the last meeting.
What's our song? We have to have a song and a secret.
Our song is this. It's Dave Meltzer is a idiot or something to that effect. Not my best work. It's been a long night.
Yeah. Eric Bischoff present. Dave Shear present.
Jim Cornette, Brian Last.
Phil Marks present. Brian Alvarez present.
Oh my gosh, the imbecilic Meltzer hater club. I love it.
Let's make t-shirts. Awful.
Awful. Get on that. Awful. You get on that before any other show does it.
I will buy it tomorrow.
Oh, the INHC. Oh my gosh. All right. So sometimes I think it's important with Big Dave to kind of go back and look at the things that he said in the past, because they tend to become relevant again in the future at some point. So hold on one second. Let me just share my screen here to
what's old becomes new again.
Well, with Meltzer, what's old becomes older.
Good friend of the show, Meltzer said what actually pointed this out to us. So
yes. So placeholder for Dynamite Dave's review later tonight on the portrayal of internal bleeding.
So I think he's trying to do the same thing and to get them to, and then go in there and go, you sponsors, you don't want to be sponsoring these guys because they're going to be doing blood and guts. And while at the same time, there's nothing more like it's fake blood, but to me, there's nothing more gross when it comes to the blood than the idea. I mean, there's no more blood and guts than a guy coughing, throwing up blood, which is what he did out of the mouth. To me, that's more graphic and brutal than a head cut, because you see head cuts in every sport.
Okay, so he's talking about
all the time.
He's talking about Kenny Omega from Dynamite last week, right? That's what this audio is about.
Right.
Wouldn't you assume that?
Yes, the pie eating champion.
You would, but he's not.
Oh, what's it about?
This is a WWE thing from years past, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. It's Seth Rollins. If you go off,
time. But coughing up blood, you don't see guys cough up blood in boxing matches, and if they do, they would stop the match immediately.
The matches, they stop the match.
Or in MMA fights.
2 syllables.
So to me, that's a lot more, as far as on the brutal side than anything, than a bloodbath pro wrestling match. But whatever, it's all the same. I mean, it's either you're doing graphic blood or you're not, and blood streaming from a guy's mouth is graphic blood either way.
So okay, so we're against the idea of bleeding from the mouth, of internal bleeding. That's what we're going with here, right?
Yeah,
okay,
it's disgusting. It's internal bleeding. It shouldn't be on TV. I agree with him.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, not at all, not at all. All right, so let's check in with Dave this week.
And he again asks, why is this match not involving Takeshita or Fletcher?
Oh my gosh, Brian says match too.
maybe it's an audio glitch in the recording software.
Oh, I think it's a glitch in their brains.
How did they sound better 6 years ago? The audio quality was better 6 years ago.
Dude, we've heard enough. I've been there, done that. I've beaten them. If they want a shot at the belt, they got to get in line like everything else. This match is me and Okada. There's no trick in your book you can pull to ruin that. Don says, well, kid, you didn't know this one, did you? And Okada jumps Omega from behind. He beats.
They're talking about it like it's the last 10 minutes of Avengers Endgame.
This is like those goofy,
slow, deliberate.
And then the hammer lifts up and it hits Thanos and it goes flying back. But Captain America catches it.
You forgot to say, Marv, you'll never guess.
You never guess who catches it.
It's every bit as ridiculous as a few years ago where everything Roman Reigns would do, fans would go on and be like, cinema. And it's like, it's just Roman Reigns, dude. But yeah, he's talking about it exactly like those people did.
Eats him down. Callis throws in a police baton. Okada hits him right in the guts and the diverticulitis. Fans can't use sold out.
What? I'm sorry. Did he just say that he hit him right in the diverticulitis?
Yeah.
It's a ha-ha, Marv.
Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah.
We're not supposed to make fun of diverticulitis unless you're allowed to make fun of diverticulitis. When he had it, we didn't make fun of it. So.
They hit him right in the diverticulitis. Just, oh, man. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been like, man, they punched him right in the cancer.
Man, my hemophilia.
This took one straight to the hemophilia on that one.
Actually jumps for the flying elbow, lays him out on the stretcher. Chris Daniels runs.
Man, Brian is taking me on a journey here.
And this is where Dave's going to say how disgusting it is, I'm assuming.
Hit him with the 450 AIDS.
Down to the ring as they're trying to stretcher Omega out. Okada ends up dropping old Daniels, and then he gets on the apron, and he hits a flying elbow off the apron onto Omega on the stretcher. And Omega does this absolutely disgusting vomiting up blood spot all over his white shirt. The place is gasping. They're freaking out.
Yeah, I'm sure they're worried for his life.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It looks so ridiculous. It looked like he puked
Alex
up.
Marvez runs after Okada and Callis as they're leaving. Donna's screaming, "They're going to kill us. We got to get out of here." And they jump in this vehicle. They just zoom out of there. They actually showed a replay of this later in the show. It's like, oh my God.
They got
everything I've been asking for years, all in one segment.
They gotta make use of that stuff.
This was an incredible angle.
Fantastic.
Oh my God.
Just absolutely fantastic analysis by Dave there. They gotta make use of that stuff. What stuff? The ring? Diverticulitis? Like, what are you talking about, Dave? Brian is having a religious experience over here.
Yeah.
My God. Like not for nothing. Nobody's
Kenny
ever
Omega
done
is ayahuasca.
Also, the best blood spitting up of all time was Shawn Michaels and Kane.
Yes, and it was so unexpected too, right?
Yes.
Like you're just like, ah, you couldn't.
What about the Ultimate Warrior?
That wasn't blood.
That was vomit.
I know, that's true.
It was pea soup.
Just great, because now Don Callis is involved. He's back with Kenny Omega. He's trying, he's going to screw him one last time. He's got Okada. Omega's injured. Oh man, I loved it. It was great.
And also sets up Okada and Takeshi to have a split.
At some point, that's coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had Kyle Fletcher and Anthony Bowen.
Exciting.
And Adam Cole doing commentary.
Nothing.
So nothing in there about how gross it was.
No, nothing
That's
about
weird.
Yeah, nothing about blood and guts. Just one of the best damn angles I've ever seen in my life.
just transported me there. By the way,
Transformative.
this is the angle they're talking about.
Yeah.
Which, if I may give some kudos, by the way, awful. You made your 9th symphony this week when you did this. Because I saw this and I fell out of my chair. I was laughing so hard. This is, I mean, you well done, sir.
Our chat's cooking a little bit too.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, we're not making fun of diverticulitis. We're mocking them for making fun of it.
Yes. I didn't read it.
It's a fine line.
Oh my goodness.
Good grief.
Before we get into the Mone mag, there was another Alfred thing that I forgot to play. It was about Goldberg. So let me play it real quick.
On Raw to confront Gunther, and I'm telling you right now, Goldberg is going to win the world title at Saturday night's main event. WWE is counter-programming AEW All in Texas that night, not to put them out of business or to hurt ticket sales, but to hurt what counts most in any wrestling war: popularity, buzz, relevancy. By the end of All In, WWE wants you talking about WWE. Not the great white hope Adam Page saving AEW from skinheads, but Goldberg winning the world title in his retirement match and possibly losing it in a cash-in after taking his own move, the Spear, from Braun Breaker. Regardless, a predictable Gunther win in the main event will do nothing to compete with AEW's finest hour. A Goldberg win, on the other hand, will completely upstage a title change in AEW, even if it does mercifully end AEW's worst storyline of all time. Just ask Ospreay.
AEW sucks right now.
Oh my gosh, we didn't even talk about that.
Right.
With him being like, the reason AEW sucks right now is you. And then he realized what he said.
Yeah. He had to walk it back a little bit.
Mm-hmm. By the way, yes, I do remember what the F5 is called in Fight Forever. Kenny Omega called it the diverticulitis to make fun of Brock Lesnar having diverticulitis. But God has a weird sense of humor and justice, apparently. So,
yeah. Now, this was all in service of writing Kenny Omega off television, was it not? But I've seen posters, signage, designs
he's going to be at All In.
Well, he's going to be at All In, but he was also promoted to be at Grand Slam as well. And for the record, everybody in the chat, this picture was sent to me. While I appreciate the fact that I was given credit for it, I did not make this myself. Yeah, I think I said that in maybe the comments.
Son of a bitch.
No. The person didn't want credit.
I was like, man, my friend is like so friggin' funny all week. Now I discover that you're just some roadside shyster.
No, come on now. I share what I like. When you see the little watermark of awful, that's when you'll know it's me.
All
Damn,
right,
I feel like I've let everybody down. I'm so sorry.
You did.
I'm a truth teller. I can't lie to you guys.
You were our hero for one brief shining moment.
I'm sorry.
And now I don't even know what to believe in anymore.
I just told you what to fucking believe.
Not what to believe, what to believe in.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you that too.
You know what? Now I'm not. You know what? Now I'm not. I don't feel bad about what I'm about to do. Okay. It's time for the Mone Mag, ladies and gentlemen.
Motherfucker!
Right. She's back. She's back in all of her just ridiculous glory. All right, here we go. Voice, don't fail me now. From the desk of the CEO, hey, Mone Makers. In this issue, we will talk about all things Owen Hart. I really hope you don't. Double or Nothing, including some of my favorite matches, on the road to All In, my leaving WWE, and my journey in professional wrestling. We showcasing new favorite song of mine, a fellow wrestler's shoes, my tax platform, and so much more. My website, mercedesmonet.com, is live, so make sure to check it out. And if you're a super fan, you can now text me directly. Now let's talk Mone. Thanks. Oh God, she's just as insipid as ever. The road to the Owen Hart Championship. Now, this belt is named after a fictional character named Owen Hart. I just learned about that. He was never a real person. Because I didn't start watching wrestling until the Radicals showed up and I saw Eddie Guerrero. It was a true honor to be a part of the 2025 Owen Hart Foundation tournament and to tell that numbnuts Tony Khan that I was going to win it. I got to compete against the world's best women and finally make my dream match where I beat Athena Reality. This year's tournament was record-breaking. What record? What record did it break? Attendance?
A record-breaking amount of empty seats.
Yeah, it broke like all-time low records.
Yeah.
This year's Owen Hart tournament was the most expensive Owen Hart tournament of all time.
Showcasing incredible performances from both the men's and women's divisions. The AEW superstars, they're not called superstars, Mercedes, they're wrestlers.
Whoa,
that
right.
Whoa.
Hey there.
Hey-oh.
They on matches that highlighted just how much this tournament means to us. Not only for honoring Owen Hart's legacy, but also for securing our spots at AEW All In Texas on July 12th.
You know, that was a peppermint slip, right? Peppermint's used to writing super.
100%. 100% Peppermint put that in there. Yeah. Somewhere Vince is smiling. My journey
probably.
My journey God. Need a second, hold on. My journey began with a match against Athena, a competitor I dreamed of facing for years, and to do it in my hometown of Boston, where like I essentially live like right next door to Joey Numbers, is like made it all the more special. I mean, like him and I, like we are just like Boston proud, me and Joey. That match left me craving more, and I can't wait to step back in the ring with the fallen goddess, because she fallen because, like, you know, I beat her. I will show her that I am the true god of wrestling.
Oh,
what?
Fuck.
What?
Listen, the match was great, but it wasn't that damn great.
No shot, it was not great.
It was a good match, my man.
Him and Athena? Or her and Athena?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. Athena can carry people really, really well, and Mercedes is good at being carried. So it was not bad, actually. Yeah.
Next up was a challenge against former TBS champion Julia Hart. She tried to dim my light with her darkness. But as the CEO, I demonstrated why I am at the top of my game and the best in this industry. That's literally all of this in there about this match. Then came a fan's dream match against Jamie Hayter. Just one fan. It was one fan's dream match.
Hers.
And they said to me, they were like, Mercedes, my dream match is you and Jamie Hayter. And I was like, hey, Mone makers, is this anyone else's dream match? And then like no one said anything. So this one goes out to you, Brian.
When Jamie Hayter was told she was wrestling Mone, she goes, oh, this is a nightmare. And that's what Mercedes thought she meant.
Well, I mean, nightmares are dreams. Are they not? Like, come on.
It's all about the crystals that you use. It can be either one you want.
I had heard about her long before I arrived in AEW, with fans wanting me to keep an eye on her because she's like incredibly talented and also steals stuff. At Double or Nothing, she proved like so many consider her one of the best. Jamie has heart, resilience, and an unyielding fighting spirit, and like hardcore kleptomania. I don't know why I just came up with this thing where like Jamie Hayter is just stealing everyone's stuff.
A lot of people said she stole Becky Lynch's life, so you can say that.
We both gave it our all, kicking off the AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view in style, while Saraya was in the back doing nothing. That night, I just like to point that out. That night, I showed, I was like, look, hey, Saraya, like when I was in WWE and I like hurt you, you sat in the back and did nothing. And now that I'm back here, you're also sitting in the back and doing nothing. It's like I hurt you all over again, but like in a different way. Like I hurt your soul this time.
I kicked your soul.
Like really, really, really hard.
Call back. That was good. I kicked it right in the soul.
That night, I showed Jamie and the world why I am the master of the ring. Not the ring master, because that was Stone Cold Steve Austin, but like the master of the ring. No matter the challenge, I will find a way to win because I have creative control. And if I say that I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win. I study my opponents like no other, always seeking that opening to secure a victory. Oh my gosh.
These sound like interviews that you would see in Pro Wrestling Illustrated from like 1998.
Yeah, you know what? That's apropos. Because Jen Pepperman is about that level of a writer.
At Double or Nothing, I was crowned the Owen Foundation tournament winner and brought home a beautiful championship belt that recognizes my achievements and like, you know, also like remembers like some guy named Owen and stuff. But for me, this is just the beginning. I'm not going to make the joke that I was going to make there.
Nope.
Because that would be in bad taste. Nope. My legacy will be cemented forever. I do have a limit. I do have a line that I don't cross.
Send it to me. I'll say it.
Yeah, I know.
My legacy will be cemented forever. Dis knew exactly where I was going. On July 12th at AEW All In, where I will wrestle yet another dream match, this time against Timeless Tony Storm, who I'm going to beat. Let's be text buddies.
Jesus.
For just $99 a month, you get exclusive one-on-one, personal, and private. Get my private number that only my super fans can use.
That's about how much you pay me to be your buddy, Marv. I think that's
what is going on with the design of this little poster here. Like, it's janky from top to bottom.
This is auto design in Canva. That's all this is.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, so let's take a look at. I think we read these samples before, but once again, just hi Mercedes. Is Snoop Dogg really your cousin? When did you talk to him last? He has. I saw him in New York City. We had dinner and talked fam. This lady said, "Hi Mercedes, what are you doing today? I'm with my dog trainer trying to potty train Bugs Bunny." I really hope her dog. I really hope her dog is named Bugs Bunny. Otherwise, it's just when you're going down a path I can't follow.
How is this not a covert escort service within the chat?
The Beast Mordos paid twice as much as everybody else.
Yeah. Mercedes, were you really hurt in your match with Momo? 100%. Her kicks bruised my throat, and I couldn't speak for 2 days.
What else couldn't you do?
She couldn't speak for 2 days. They threw a ticker tape parade backstage at AEW for that.
I think I figured something out. Okay, so the reason Mercedes costs so much is because she's actually the world's first AI wrestler. None of her is real. She doesn't talk like a person. She doesn't act like a person. This is all AI. Everything we're seeing. It's just so basically when you sign up, you're signing up for one of those AI girlfriend apps that you get ads for.
Oh my gosh.
Download YouTube videos. That's all this is.
Want to text me directly? Now you can. This is an exclusive program where my biggest fans get one-on-one access to ask questions, get updates, and be a part of the Mone train. I'm sure a lot of them want to run the Mone train.
The Mone train, huh?
Maybe they want to run the train and not ride the train, but in a more personal way. It's for those who truly want to be connected to me. So sign up now. Space is extremely limited and spots fill fast. If it's full, you'll be added to the wait list.
Hey, Mercedes, I'm outside.
She gets so many pictures of it's $99 so dudes can send her pictures of their wieners. That's all that's happening.
Hey, Mercedes, what's your airdrop?
It's gotta be just 100% just dicks, right? Like just dicks.
Yeah, of course. He's swiping left and right.
Ew, I'm getting so many
no, yes, no.
I should make them pay me to do it. Wait a second.
Hold the phone.
Yeah, but like the dicks are coming into the phone, but it's like Jennifer Pepperman going through them.
Yeah. They're all going to some 45-year-old lady.
Ew, I don't want to see that. Here, look at it, Jennifer Pepperman.
She wears one of them cougar scarves that are all frilly.
Oh, gosh.
Mercedes calls her Jennifer Pepperman every time, right?
Every time.
Ew, Jennifer Pepperman.
Jennifer Pepperman, come here right now and clean up this mess that Bugs Bunny just made on the carpet. Double or nothing, favorite matches. I don't fucking care. I don't care. NJPW and the title match with Mayu. Remember the one where I went, Mayu sucks. Mayu sucks. Mayu sucks. Yeah.
Oh, shit. I do remember that.
That was like when The Rock sang the Pie song for the first time. it was when Rock sang SmackDown Hotel. It was like basically the same thing. In the world of professional wrestling, three-way matches are tough, but three-way battles for championships are even tougher. Oh yeah, I nailed that intro. In such matches, the champion can lose by not being pinned or submitted. The stakes are incredibly high. I knew my odds were stacked against me, but I always stayed ready and was prepared for this. God, she's such fucking it's so fucking lame.
Puppet. Dance.
I'm sorry. Like her speaking in the work shoot again. It broke something in me. Like a part of my brain just like backfired. Like a Ford Model T. I knew my odds were stacked against me, but I always stayed ready and was prepared for this challenge. To my surprise, but not my surprise because I have creative control, I didn't get penned, yet still lost my NJPW championship, the title that truly launched my global journey as Mercedes Mone. After leaving WWE, my heart was pulled in many directions. I felt lost, unsure of what to do, what my next step should be, but deep down, a voice kept urging me not to look back, but move forward. The voice of Naomi also kept calling me like, "Oh my God, bitch, they fired me. Like, what am I gonna do?" And I just hit ignore on those though. Like, I didn't even bother.
I left her on red.
Yeah, I mostly paid attention to the voice that was urging me not to look back, but to move forward. I prayed and meditated, but to my freak gods, asking the universe to show me what forward looked like, because forward can be like any direction. That's deep stuff. Right? Every guy I've ever gone out with has told me how deep my thoughts are.
I'm so smart, and I know I'm smart because every guy I've ever slept with told me I was smart.
Oh my gosh, they told me I was so smart. Some of them were really intimidated, and after they told me that I was so smart, and then we had sex, they stopped calling me because they were just really intimidated by how smart I am. Since I was 13, I've had a deep love for Japanese wrestling.
No, you haven't, bitch. Sorry.
The Japanese wrestling that I loved was called Sailor Moon, and it's
muscle.
I was inspired by how the women performed and competed in Japan. And I knew that one day I wanted to be a part of that world. I was like, look at these girls. Aren't they neat? Aren't they people that I'd like to beat? Oh my gosh.
You would make her cry if you did that. You would make her cry. We'd be in the Mone mag. She would write an article about how terrible you were.
Yeah, well, if I did a Little Mermaid song parody of her. Oh my gosh. I loved watching all women's wrestling shows like AJW. Hold on, let me just make sure I wrote that correctly from my Wikipedia research for this, or Jennifer Pepperman's Wikipedia research for this. And seeing those incredible athletes wrestle in the Tokyo Dome. When NJPW created IWGP Championship for Women in 2022, I immediately recognized that I wanted to win that and never lose it. Debuting at the Tokyo Dome in 2023 was a dream come true. I challenged the reigning champion Kairi Sane in my first match back since my departure from WWE. That match held immense significance for me. It was about proving to myself why I was born to be in this business. Winning the IWGP Championship allowed me to immerse myself in Japan for a couple of months, reigniting my dreams and goals. And guys, I'm basically Japanese now. And what they did to us at the end of World War II with that atomic bomb was not okay. I'm just saying.
WWE hires everybody she beats. That's like they're doing it on purpose.
Yep.
They did carry twice. So sorry.
After losing the IWGP title to Mayu, I felt the calling to help grow the women's division in New Japan Pro Wrestling. What? You didn't grow shit. You beat everyone
and left.
No, you beat everyone, so you broke your leg.
Grew like cancer.
Ugh. This led to the introduction of a new title, the NJPW Strong Woman title. Like, it's like for really strong women.
They made it
Rising to the top, push it to the edge, give it all you got, barely break a sweat, strong woman, strong.
Sorry, I was already hitting the button when you started talking.
They did it because I didn't want to fly to Japan anymore.
Yeah, no, like this prestigious like I like to be Japanese, but like not live in Japan because like it's like a really long flight. Now these prestigious championships is held by some of the best women in the world: Willow Nightingale, Julia, Stephanie Vacour, and the shining star. Is it AZM or ASM?
I don't know.
I've heard Azumi.
Yeah.
Just look at those names. I don't know either. So I just like wrote it down. Just look at those names. They represent the pinnacle of talent in our industry today. I'm excited to see where this title takes the next challenger. Dreams do come true if you chase them and have creative control.
Download my music. Azume. There you go.
Okay. Grateful for my pro wrestling journey. I don't fucking care. We hit that point in the Mone mag where I don't care. Growing up, WWE was everything to me, but I never imagined my life without it. But over time, I've come to realize that it's not WWE I can't live without. It's winning in pro wrestling and not being able to be told no.
Wait. When did she think she grew up? Because she said that at 13 she was obsessed with Japanese wrestling, and now she grew up with WWE was everything. So did she grow up when she was like 7? Is that what she's implying? They said I was super mature, okay, for my age.
I remember a higher up once telling me the grass isn't greener on the other side. Well, let me tell you, every seed I've planted over the years is growing and flourishing like never before. I mean, not like in terms of like metrics that help the business, but like in metrics of like my bank account, it's like growing and flourishing like never before. Becoming the highest paid women's wrestler is a beautiful flower that has blossomed, and I couldn't be prouder. Keep chasing your dreams unless it's to beat me, because I have creative control and you're not going to do that. For those of you who miss us, your CEO won't be going far. In between months, from time to time, I'll be sending out newsletters when inspired. In the meantime, keep spreading the word and helping to increase our subscribers. By doing so, you're indirectly supporting and giving a much needed voice to wrestlers, especially female wrestlers who I can then be.
She's on LinkedIn. You know that was Jen Peppermint's idea.
AEW All-In tickets on sale now. Again. Oh gosh, please be done.
Nope.
Again, just please buy tickets. Please buy tickets.
I think mercifully it's over. Uh-oh. What the hell?
Hey.
Leo Rush.
Only you, Dis.
I absolutely love connecting with you all through my texting service because it's totally me and not an AI bot that's doing it. It's one of my favorite ways to stay close with my ride or dies. You guys ask some really fun questions, and I get to share like little moments that I don't post anywhere else. Plus, my text farm gets first access to exclusive headlines and behind the scenes photos that you won't find in the mag or on socials. A few slots have opened up, so make sure to join today.
A few slots. It's limited. It's a limited thing. There's only a certain amount of people that can send. I can only get so many wieners a day. Okay.
All right, here we go. Mone Mag mentions.
Oh gosh.
From Chris. Now, what's your favorite roller coaster or theme park amusement park ride that you've ever ridden?
This
From
is
Mercedes.
Yeah. That's how he got in.
Hi, Chris. You just gave away your real identity.
I like the one that plays music at Universal. That's Hollywood Ride Rocket Mercedes, and they just closed it forever. So Enjoy that.
Good choice.
I also like the mummy ride at Universal. From Chris. I'm back, Mercedes.
I'm right behind you.
Marv, you couldn't give up. You just kept going.
Oh, your texts. These are the texts.
Oh, these are the texts? Okay. I'm right outside your window.
I'm back, Mercedes. Hope you enjoyed your steak. That was a good episode of AEW tonight.
Wasn't too crunchy, was it?
Loved you on commentary, but you have a terrific night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good morning, Mercedes.
Fuck.
I just realized that on September 4th, it'll be 19 years that I officiated my first match as a referee.
This is the best honeypot of all time. This is all going to the FBI in like 6 weeks.
Hold on. It gets better. Mercedes, my steak was good until Tony ruined that. That's a long time you've been referring. From Chris. I know, right? Sorry, Tony ruined your steak. I hope I can make it to AEW or another big name company before my 20-year hits. From Mercedes. Yes, she did. He never said what? Yes, she did what? Oh, she ruined your steak.
Ruined the steak, yeah.
Yeah, she chewed on it or whatever.
And keep fighting for and believing in your dreams. This is so bad. Like, this is very much an AI chatbot.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Hey, Mercedes. How's this for size?
Hey, Mercedes. Good morning.
Hold on.
It's Chris Jericho. He paid $100 to talk to Mercedes.
Oh my gosh, it's Chris Jericho. Hold on one second. I'm asking ChatGPT real quick. Look at this text exchange.
We are very
the parts labeled from Mercedes. Do they seem like AI to you? I'm asking an AI.
Yeah, right.
AI.
The irony.
If anyone knows, it's going to be them.
Yes, there are several signs in the message from Mercedes that could suggest AI involvement.
Mm-hmm.
Vague phrasing / lack of specifics. Minimal emotional depth or elaboration. Overly encouraging tone and fast context switching with no added insight.
Marv,
Jesus.
put the whole freaking thing in there.
Is that AI or a therapist?
The whole Mercedes mag is AI.
Oh my gosh. From Jalen. You were amazing on AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. You and Tony Storm did a fantastic job. From Mercedes.
Got
Thank
all these
you.
guys
I'm very
pinned.
exciting. I'm very exciting for All In. Me too. Hey, Mercedes. Hey, what's up? What are you doing today? I'm headed to Boston to see my brother. Mercedes.
Great, I will too.
Do you have a favorite football team? My team is the Carolina Panthers, who has been a fan since 2015. Ever since Cam Newton was on the team. Steelers.
They're all guys. Like when she was doing
Of course they're all guys.
When she was doing the social media stuff, it was like there were a lot of girls who were like, "I'm so inspired by you." But when it's about pain, it's all men and it's all
dude. What 14-year-old girl is going to cough up $100 to be like, "What's your favorite match?"
From Michael. Rewatched your matches with Chris. Absolutely phenomenal matches. Two of my favorites of yours in AEW. I love that match. $100. That guy spent $100 for that interaction.
A hundo.
From Daniel. I'm ready. Tonight will be the perfect cap to my birthday week. I'll be watching on HBO Max and cheering loud and proud as always.
With my baby oil and pants around my ankles.
Wait. I'll be watching on HBO Max and cheering loud and proud as always. Correction, I'll be watching on Prime Video.
Hi, I want to put this in the magazine, but can you please correct it to Prime Video?
Right.
Happy birthday. Thank you. Like, how does she think this is selling the service?
Why would you pay $100 a month to get text from a woman who clearly isn't it? You could just go on Tinder and get the exact same experience.
For real, for no money. Wait, is she wearing Swerve's shoes?
Yeah, because they were dating, or people said they were dating.
Okay.
Yeah, but now she's with Mortis because she's gonna get to that final boss, Tony Khan, and take her birthright as a trophy wife someday.
Yeah.
as Beard likes to say.
I don't know, man. Is Shad Khan married?
Yes,
I believe he is, to Tony's mother. Wait, what the hell? They kissed?
Yeah, the kid. That's another love interest of Mercedes.
Oh, of course.
Because
queer. I'm the queerest queer of them all. I'm so queer. I'm bisexual. Happy June, everybody. Oh yeah, I'm a 40s pinup, and I'm quite gay. Like, just stop it. Stop it, you vapid narcissist. Like we get it. We get it. Oh, I kissed a girl, and I'm the only one who liked it.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be able to kiss Tony. That's gonna be so fun.
We'll bring you GLA, gross lesbian action.
You have no idea how many more signups I got from my text service after that aired. Okay, Mar.
Guys, we might have to drop the money on to do this. Like, I might have to. Like, I'm pretty sure I can write it off in my taxes at the end of the year.
You can get a one-word answer from Mercedes Mone.
Yup. I will blow her up, dude. Like, I will make sure that we have a Monet Mag's worth of interactions.
How great would it be if Marv texted her and the first thing that she wrote was swatted?
It really is. It really is a win. It's a win-win because maybe if there's a sign-up process and you don't get through it, that's good content. If you get in there and you get kicked out, that's good content. Like, there's no limits on the content front from it. So
yeah,
$99 for 3 words from AI or Jen Pepperman.
You
One
should
of
just
the two.
hide Jen Pepperman the entire time. Just act like you're talking to Jen Pepperman.
Oh my gosh. I will get if we were to drop the $99, I'd be like, look, I've got to get $99 worth of content for the show out of this.
You type, you know who's really hot? Jen Pepperman.
Can you tell Jennifer Pepperman I think she's the greatest writer of all time? And then like I just start like this like romance with Jen Pepperman.
Yeah, seriously.
Fuck Steinbeck. It's Jen Pepperman.
I paid $100, but I'm not really interested in talking to you. Can I speak with your friend Jen Pepperman?
That's actually really easy to accomplish.
I'm such a big fan of her work. She is clearly the brilliance behind Mercedes.
Yeah. Jen Pepperman asked, just ask me, what are you doing Saturday?
The only problem is that Jen Pepperman falls in love with you.
Yeah. And then I have to break her heart. Wouldn't be the first Emmy winner whose heart I've broken.
Or it could be like an 80s movie and you just kind of pass her on to someone else and they'll pretend they're Oh, what a good
Blazing Bolts for $10 as I was laughing my ass off when The Rock the night after SummerSlam 2001 brought out Booker T, and it was a midget version of him, and it did Booker's whole shtick. Insert the Triple H evil puppet laugh. Yeah. I remember the midget Booker T doing the spinneroonie. Ryan Damon for $20 says Deep Space Nine podcast with me and Apollo, Lost podcast with me and Dis. Well, you can get in touch with them about that, Ryan Damon. I'm not producing that. 1KQ for $5 New Zealand says, don't lie. Tony is sailing to Guantanamo Bay to drop off the Beast Mortos.
He's all tied up.
John
ready to
Williams
be thrown off the back.
Says Toonie Khan and the crack. Liquid Fox for $5. I like my lyric better. Liquid Fox for $5 Canadian says Tony is more awkward. Tony is more awkward than popping your cherry in front of your entire family while your mother cheers you on. That is oddly
Ew.
specific, Liquid Fox.
Ugh.
I'm going to trust you on how awkward that is.
Damn.
KT, the Southern Gent, 22 for $5 is $10. Is Travis Hunter's wife working on finessing Tony Khan next?
No, that was $5. But thank you.
Yeah. Denver Dollface for $5 is just a reminder that Beard said AEW fans were more Richard than WWE fans, and I refuse to let him live it down. You sure showed him, Denver Dollface, with his typo, with his clear autocorrect. how will he ever live down the shame of this moment?
Wait till she finds out how he spells racist.
MARV.
This one time AEW Neckbeard was trying to say fuck, but it said duck, and I've never let him live it down. We just had to stop him from throwing himself into traffic because I was just
One of my
I wouldn't stop. I just wouldn't stop.
One of my favorite pre Tooneytown stories was when on one of your posts I misspelled Rhea Ripley. I misspelled Rhea, and the person attacked me for it, and you went off on them in 3 paragraphs about making fun of people for typos online and how ridiculous it was.
It's the dumbest thing ever. I don't remember doing that, but I'm sure I did it.
When you love wrestling.
Shut up. Virginia Sharp for $10 says sung to the Ricky Rat Club theme. I have no idea what that is. Oh, the Mickey Mouse Club thing.
Yeah.
I get it. Meltzer Hate Club. Who's the leader of the club that hates his lunacy? MARVIN, orange colored C. Meltzer Hate. It needs some workshop in there, Regina. But we'll get there. Regina Sharp for five says, these things, they have to use these things for stuff when they do the things. Liquid Fox for $2 Canadian says, Tony versus Mone. Whoever wins, we're annoyed. Liquid Fox for $2 Canadian says, I'd rather kiss awful than that disgusting creature.
Man, Liquid Fox got a vivid imagination tonight.
I tell you. Yeah. Leave it to yourself next time there, Liquid.
No. Keep paying us to tell us. We're happy to hear.
And Denver Dollface for $2 says, Happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Well, it just got tested by us doing the Mone mag. And you know, I'm bisexual. I'm a female who likes to kiss other females. It's just so not. It's just ridiculous. Like I get it, Tony. I get it.
Now you all know why we went over the Tony video today. It's because it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes,
this is us doing our part.
What, making more patients or something, or what?
A little teaser. I think we're going to be getting to do it again next week. Because I got sent something tonight that.
Wait, what? Hold on. First of all, Liquid Fox for $2 Canadian says you want it awful. So.
That's just funny.
I mean,
it's funny. It's stupid.
I mean, I believe this. What did you get sent?
I'm just gonna tease it, but I'm just saying we're gonna have another fun Tony Khan. Most likely, we're gonna have another fun Tony Khan video. I have to kind of scan over it and make sure it's okay, but there is more coming. So,
thank you, God. Thank you, football God.
It's not a live. It's something from the past, but it looks pretty good. So,
Regina Sharps for $5 says new money goal to get awful to kiss Liquid Fox. Buy some shirts and we'll talk.
Make it a shirt.
All right, awful. You got a YouTube channel. Tell the fine folks where they can find it and everything you're up to.
Yeah, it's on youtube.com/ I think at AEW FUL Wrestling. We have the newest Awful Jeopardy up there between Joe J. Alexander, Phil Marks of Pro Wrestle Times, and Monday Night Raw, retired podcaster. So, you can check us out there. And also on Twitter at twitter.com, AEW FUL Wrestling. And, of course, every Tuesday here, 8 p.m. Eastern on Toonie Talk Wrestling.
Tell the fine folks what you're up to.
Well, if you are listening to us on audio right now, then do what Awful said and go to youtube.com/@TuneWrestling every Tuesday night to check us out. If you are not listening to us on audio right now, we are available on Spotify and Amazon and Apple and all that stuff. We're big in Japan. We're big in Canada. We're big in the UK. We're on all the charts. So check us out. And thank you to Colin Taylor for spreading the word in Japan. I can only assume that you're out there doing it. It's because
we are not that big in Iran.
Let's hope not. So check us out every Friday. This episode goes live then. And if you are listening there, check us out every Tuesday here on YouTube to interact. Also, tunydis.lol, that is our Discord. You can go there every Monday and Friday. We are hanging out and watching WWE, SmackDown, or Raw. And then we have some other stuff that we might be doing there soon with me and our good friend Time, who was on a few weeks ago. So you might want to join there just in case that happens. And that's about it. That's all I got.
Also, big shout out to get well soon to our buddy Kevin Apollo, who is at home with walking pneumonia. Get well soon, buddy. We can't wait to have you back. And thank you to AEW Neckbeards, man in the chat, our mod extraordinaire out there, keeping you guys company. We could not do it without it. We love him very dearly. So guys, check out Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Toonie Talk TV, which is our live stream pop culture podcast with myself, Kev, Trish, Martin Stone, Lauren Connor, Nolan Thunder. I'll also be on the H-Cast with Mr. H Reviews on Thursday, and probably also on Morning Magic over on that Park Place on Thursday as well. Make sure you guys are checking out the Toonie Town TV channel. I'm going to be doing more videos over there soon and working on some more stuff for over here as well now that I'm getting the studio set up. So it should be set up by the end of this week, and hopefully I'll be able to start doing more stuff for both here and Patreon. So thank you guys very much, and make sure you're checking out thatparkplace.com every single day for all of the news that should be fun on movies, TV, video games, and theme parks. From all of us here at the Toonie Town channels, I'm Marvin the Movie Monster. Now get out of here!
Now, Perry the Platypus, feel the wrath of my thank you-inator!
Thank you, you piece of trash.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you! Oh, I suppose you want me to say thank you. Well, you know what? Saying thank you is like jobbing. Thank you!
I got a little message. Thank you. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, thank you! Oh, thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
Thanks? For what?
Hi-ho from all of us here at Toonie Town. Thank you!
And viewers like you. Thank you.